Ermagerd. Hey everybody. Welcome to an interesting day of this today was interesting and we got to talk about it, right, Steve?
Yeah, a lot happened today.
A
A lot
lot
happened
a
today.
lot happened that drove numbers up very high. It almost doubled the pledge from where it was all the way to today, and then we got a lot of strange movement and unlocks, which which someone in chat posted a theory about, and then we have a lot of information. But tonight, Steve and I are here to talk about a buyer's guide. There's a lot of you that's like, what do we get? How do we get it? What's in what? Who's
Yep.
who? Where's what? What dog bit what cat? And how much money is Kaman gonna take from me again before I go to Gen Con? Right?
I
These
mean,
are
the
all.
real answer is how badly does Derek really want these pets? Because he really wants them.
I mean, that's what I'm in it for, right? That's what I'm in it for. I'm in it for the pet, Steve. So we are here as the unofficial buyer's guide for DC Superheroes United that we're going to go through. I'm sure 10 billion other channels out there on the interwebs has come up with their own buyer's guide and tell you what to, what not, and biases and all that good stuff. We're gonna give you our opinions. We will give you information, and we're going to go through the core box expansions. We're not going to worry about the stretch goals. The stretch goals are there. You could go look at them. You could see what's there. What we care about on in this conversation is bang for your buck for what you want. And we are here to answer any questions that we can answer around bang for your buck. Steve has last time when we were talking about multiverse, he brought up something that he may bring up again in this one that I was like, I didn't think about that. That's a smart thing. And it's good from a buyer's guide perspective. So we're going to run through the expansion boxes and what comes in the accessories to determine, hey, is this a good fit for you? What we think about it, and then we'll get through. For me, I think Steve's still deciding, but for me, I'll tell you what I got.
I was just like,
uh,
now, it's probably worth doing a disclaimer.
mm.
So we have not played any of the content with the exception of the core set.
We've played the
Literally
core
four-
set, correct?
Yep. So
All
this is all our guesstimations.
right. All right, so we got a nice group of people here today, and I'm super happy to have you all. So Tim, what is up? Hello, hello. Jess, hello. KRS10 Unraveling Media Tapestries. That's a lot to say, but welcome. You always got a place at this table with that. Greg, Matthias, what's going on? Kate, my Arkham buddy, what's going on? VJ, Morg Knight, Chris, I will see you at Gen Con, my good friend. Pickle, what's going on, Pickle? Steph, hello, hello. Elaine, lovely to have you as always. Who the heck is this guy, and why did they let him in here? That's that co-op guild guy. That guy's dangerous. Don't talk to
Get rid of him.
him. Brad B with the free bat cow. Brian S, what's going on? Aaron, hello, hello, Aaron. How's it going? All right. Okay, we're here to talk about this stuff. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go to the Game Found page, look at the funding, and talk about what's coming, what would be interested to you. We'll talk about the mechanics of some of these things, what's different, what's new, what's not new, and if that's something that could gel with you. So we've got an outline, right? And we're gonna stick to our outline to see how it goes. Steve's still quiet. Why is Steve still quiet? Derek, can you turn up Steve's volume? He's not talking. I hate you.
Now.
I hate you so much.
I can't.
No, it's not you.
Volume.
It's not you. It's not you. It's me.
Okay. Okay.
It's not you. It's me. Yeah. It's not you, Steve. All right. So hopefully he's louder now. But let's go ahead, get to the campaign, and let's talk about stuff. And I got videos lined up and everything. It's gonna be nuts. All right. This is gonna be a fun time. All right, so this is my Game Found page. As you can see, this is how much money I'm spending, right? And I'll tell you what's included in that. So, yes, I have pledged, and we'll talk about everything I'm getting. It's over the all-in amount, so I'm not going to scroll down on that until time goes. But right right now we're it's at 2.7 million. So it was at 1.7 before the announcement. Campaign was moving a little slow, and then they announced some stuff, and then boom, it doubled. So because they did this save the best for last thing, that's what really drove up the types of this. Okay, so
I'm curious though, is it that, or is it just simply the announcement of the All In? Because I know by this time everyone's expecting the All In, right?
I think it
And
was the announcement. Yeah, I think it was the announcement of the all in for
yeah,
sure. But a lot of people were on the fence about whether they'd go all in or just get specific things.
yeah.
And then I think what drove I was part of that chat with Andrea and Tygo, and in that chat they were talking about when they started saying, okay, these are the things that are coming with the all in. I saw like the chat just start scrolling, all in, all in, all in. Everybody seemed to be really interested in that. So
Right, right.
right now they're at 2.7 and climbing. The stretch goals have taken an interesting cadence. So, but like I said, we're not here to talk about stretch goals because if you just pledge core box, you're gonna get the stretch goals, right? So we don't need to dive into that. But we'll say that if you're going to pledge this, even if you do base just core box, you're gonna get the stretch goals. So it's a value in of itself for you to get that, right? I think the only thing I'll say about that is there are 55 things you're getting in the stretch goal box. So at least pledge. If you're remotely interested, at least get the core box. All
Yeah,
right.
fantastic deal,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be frank, like looking at the past Marvel United campaign, season one, season two, we don't have season three yet, but I expect this to be true as well. Some of my favorite characters are in those stretch goal boxes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
This one was an interesting one though. There were some ones where I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
Hey, you got like moving arms? What?
Removable arm guy. What? Anyway. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about expansions so you can make a decision on what you want. So when we look at the rewards, there is the Super Friends pledge, which is just the core box, but you get the crowdfunding exclusives, which are the Wonder Twins and Glee, right? So that's $65. I believe that core box is going to come to retail, but it will not come with the Super Friends.
That's correct.
Um,
Yep.
so so just keep that in mind. If you're like, no, I'm not gonna bid this campaign, I'm just going to buy the core box when it comes to retail. Just know you're not getting the stretch goals with that, and you're not getting the Wonder Twins with it. So you will just get the core box, which is what Steve played on his channel, which is what I played on my channel. Colin did it on Meet Me at the Table. So just know that that's all that you will be getting, and you won't get the stretch goals at all, which is a huge value.
Hmm.
So if you have buyer's remorse, you're gonna have a trade. You're gonna be paying up price for free stuff at the $65 market range. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You want to add anything to that, Steve, for just the core?
I mean, I guess this United's been out for a while now, so I feel like at this point, you know if you like the system or not,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's kind of a like the course that's good if you're like, hey, I don't know if I like United, let me try it out. But like at this point, I think most people have tried it by now, or they know what the thoughts are on it. So like, I feel like if you're going to get the core box, I would nudge you towards this pledge, honestly, because the value is just really, really, really good.
Yeah, I agree with that. So if you are there are a lot of people who say I don't want to back any of it. That's fine. Don't back any of it if you don't want to.
Yep.
There is no reason, if you're not backing anything, there's no reason to back any of it. Play another game, in this wonderful hobby of 10 billion campaigns and 40 billion board games. This might not scratch that itch, and it might not be something that you want. So keep that in mind. If don't get sucked into the hype. If you've played any of Marvel United and you're like, that game sucks, I don't like it, then don't back this. Save your money. Go get another game. That is perfectly fine.
Yep.
What we're here to talk about is for the people who are like, I want to back this, I just don't know what I want.
Yeah. Long story short, DC United is not going to change the United system as a whole. Let's put out that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
all right, keep going.
yeah, so that is the Super Friends pledge. So that's $65. It's a great value for what you're getting for $65. Boom. Right? Done. Done.
Yep.
The next one after that came soon after was the Titans pledge. So the Titans pledge came with this added in the Teen Titans expansion, and I think I got that in a window. This is the core box. Oh, and just quickly to run through what's coming in the core box for people who are curious. You're getting Superman. Uh, you're getting Batman. You are getting Wonder Woman, and the art is just fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. And these are actual paint jobs. So when you're looking at these things, somebody actually painted this, and it's insane.
Hard to believe it's so good.
I suck as a painter when I see stuff like this. You're getting the Flash with his equipment cards, Aquaman because it's Aquaman. Can't. What else are you gonna do with him? You're getting Cyborg, and then so the core Justice League members minus Hal Jordan, and then you're getting Darkseid as the villain, the Joker, which with Darkseid, Steve, if in terms of fun factor, just quickly, how was Darkseid for you in terms of fun factor?
When you play him correctly, he's great. Sorry, I'm a little bitter that I screwed that up on the stream. Sorry. No, he's really tough. He's really tough because he hits you from both ends, in the sense of accident denial and like card and damage. So he's tough, which is fitting because it's Darkseid.
It's Darkseid, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get Darkseid. You'll get the Joker, even if you don't watch any. You know who the Joker is by this time. So you'll get Joker and his hidden mechanic, which is pretty interesting to run through. Lex Luthor, which he's trying to act like he's a hero, but he's not. So he's interesting, and then Cheetah, which I think I played the last part when I played her incorrectly, but I would have won anyway when we ran back through, and I did that during the stream. So 4 villains and 5 heroes for a total of 9 in the box.
I feel like the villains of the core set were really well done. Like they had the whole gambit of like easier but still like a cool puzzle versus like really really hard, and also very interesting mechanics through the whole system. So yeah, like this core set's really solid.
Yeah. So it's, and I believe someone had asked a while back. They said if you would recommend, if someone's just coming to United, it has always been prior to this, for me, the season 2 core box to start. I haven't played season 3 yet. It hasn't arrived. It'll be there after Gen Con, but now that you've played this, would you put this over the season 2 core box?
At this point, I would choose between the season 2 core box or DC United core box based solely on which characters they like more. I think the experience is about the same, but if you have a more of an affinity towards Batman, yeah, grab DC United. If you have more affinity towards X-Men, grab that one.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, you'll have a great experience or a similar experience either way.
Okay, cool. Cool. The next one that came out, which is the Titans box, and this is the one that we went to with the Titans pledge, is that they are which was the first expansion, which was the Teen Titans expansion. So this one comes with the Teen Titans. So this one comes with 5 heroes, I believe. It has 4, but I think you get an extra one as well. But 5, yes, you do, Power Girl. So you'll have 5 heroes and 2 villains. So in this core box, the 5 heroes are the Teen Titans, which is Raven, Robin, Beast Boy, and Starfire. Beast Boy's mechanics are new. They were not in season 1 or 2. Once again, we haven't played season 3, and we haven't received it to know. Yep. But these so far are a brand new mechanic, which is the animal forms of Beast Boy, where he changes form into animal form, which changes the cards that he gets to play, which is pretty cool. So, that is a nice new addition that's coming with the Titans Pledge. So that marks it up from $65 USD, of course. I know everyone's everywhere else in the world, and I don't want to treat it like everything US currency, but $65 USD. This now bumps it to $100 USD, and it's the core box, the Titans Pledge, and the stretch goals. So that's what you're getting for $100. Uh, the two villains that you're getting is Trigon and Deathstroke. A lot of you don't know who Trigon is, and that's okay. That's okay. He's Raven's daddy, but that's okay. But you may know who Deathstroke is, which this made me this I'm excited for, and at the same time sad. I wish he was purple, not and not just red. But how do you feel about it, Steve?
Purple? Yeah, I can see him being purple. He's been mostly a bad guy though, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's I feel like they were trying to be more restrictive on which characters were purple, and by be purple, I mean characters that can play both villains and heroes.
right,
And
right.
it was interesting because I listened to one of their live streams and how much work that is. It's a
Hmm.
lot of work to design both, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm guessing that's why they shied away from some of that.
yeah. So, how do you feel this box is as a value? Like we're talking between the $65 and the $100. How do you feel that is as a value for people who, one, let's just say people who love, take it from three points. One, people who love the United series. Two, people who love Marvel but love the mechanics of DC but don't want to get everything. And then three, the fan, the super fan of DC.
Well, I feel like the standout feature of this one we haven't mentioned yet, and that is Trigon. So, but Trigon's a villain. He's also a challenge,
Ooh,
so he can
talk
be
more
added
about
to
that. Yeah.
any game, which is really cool. So he's on the opposite side of the villain, and he's dropping down demonic thugs and messing with stuff. For me, that is what makes me want to seek this expansion out more than anything else. 'Cause the characters are cool. Don't get me wrong, that's fun. But for the challenge piece, I find that adding different challenges in Marvel United really puts twists the game up on its head, which is a lot of fun. So, um, from that standpoint, I would definitely lean towards it. But I'm not a huge Teen Titans fan. I do like them, but they're not like,
Mm,
yay, let's do it, right? So if it wasn't for the Trigon challenge here, I would probably less excited for what's in here.
okay.
Value wise, though, I think this is a fine value.
Okay. So because it gives you, just to make sure I understand, because it comes with it comes with the challenge set
Yeah,
that gives that extra oomph and different variant to the game. You
right.
feel that that is one of the things that brings value from this box.
Correct. Like, why would I pick this one over the other sets? And that is the standout feature
Mm,
for me. Because like, if you're just looking for more heroes and villains, you got this set, but you got another sets too, right? So I'm trying to find what is the differentiating factor, and that's what stands out.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Beast Boy also looks really
Yeah,
cool
which
for
is
what
what I'm
it's
gonna
worth.
scroll to now because I passed
Yeah,
it. I was
yeah, 'cause
going, but yeah.
that's neat, and the whole assassins cards. I'm not sure how they work for Deathstroke, but
Mm,
like so they got cool mechanics. But honestly, that's the good thing about United is there's a ton of really cool mechanics. Even getting back to Cheetah. So Cheetah in the core set is like the most basic one. Even that had some cool mechanics going
yeah,
in it. So like I don't think that is necessarily a reason for you to seek out one set versus the other because you're gonna get that no matter where you go.
yeah. VJ Moore said, and that is hidden. I need to move that up. So I failed you all. I failed you all. Let's move that up here. And let's move this up all the way. So it's over everything. Okay, and we're gonna make it a little bigger. So VJ, you are my test subject, and we'll cover Steve's face, right? Nobody wants to see
Yeah, it'd be a better stream without my face.
So VJ Moore said, I think challenges are great for people that play a lot and give great replay value for those of us that play less frequently. I think characters tend to be more a defining factor
Yeah,
of things, which is fair.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fair.
I agree with that.
We got Karis 10. Would you say for people who want the sidekicks may want the Titans box?
Not particularly, no. I don't see the sidekicks in the Titan box being must-haves. I see them working fine together, but
Mm. It's not
not
something
like,
that you
oh,
need for it or
right,
anything like that.
correct,
So
correct.
if you want to skip the Titans box and then get a different box that has sidekicks, that's fine. The
Yeah.
Titans box value add is Beast Boy with the new Beast Transform mechanics. And try.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
because of Robin's extra cards, he's
Let's scroll up and check that out.
I think Robin's cards come in the sidekick deck anyway, so I don't think you need that unraveling media tapestries.
Right.
Yeah, so because there's Robin in Titan's form and there's Robin in psychic form. They're actually
Two
different.
different ones. There's two different
Yeah,
ones. That's
right.
correct. That's correct. So yeah, but I think the value add to me personally is Beast Boy, and for you that you just mentioned Trigon with that
Trigon.
challenge,
Yeah.
give it a well. But you get look at all the animals that you get to turn into. I mean, it's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
In whale form, Beast Boy is immune to crisis tokens and cannot be pushed. I mean, come on.
It's so fun.
In cheetah form, he doubles his moves and can carry others with him. In bull form, he charges every location he enters, which he's probably like Rhino.
Yeah.
So each form gives you a different ability that he's able to distinguish, which is pretty fantastic. So huge value add.
I think him and Martian Manhunter are going to be standout characters with how they're designed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
because Martian Manhunter is like all specials, like tons of powers. So yeah.
So just
But I will
oh, yeah.
say, getting back to the comment that was mentioned earlier about the sidekicks, it would be silly to play a Robin deck with Robin as a sidekick in the deck. So
That would be fun. I mean, silly. That'd be fun.
it would be fun.
So Chris says, so turning into animals is cool, but pets are the worst. Yes, that is the correct. Because I can turn back into Beast Boy and be useful. But Starfire's in here as well for her character card. So, they have their special abilities. It says she can absorb the energy from ranged attacks she would suffer, converting them into action tokens for her to use.
It's the same thing as Bishop.
Yeah.
But, yep. Brian has a question though. He says, "Are the different Robins, aka Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, available?"
Yes.
Some of them,
Yes.
not all of them. I don't think.
Tim Drake is the only one that's not available. Tim Drake and Stephanie. I forgot her last name. But they don't have that box. But there are two. Right. There are two Robins not available presently. Tim Drake is one of them, but we'll get to that box. So cool your heels, Brian. At the end, maybe we could talk about the accessories. Oh, we're going to talk about all that, Jess. We're going to talk about all of that. So
Stephanie Brown. There you go. Brian got it.
Stephanie Brown. Thank you. Yep. So we're going to talk about all the stuff. Like I said, this one is about money, is about your spend, what will work for you, what won't. We're not talking about stretch goals or characters. It's just when we're talking about these characters, we're talking about the value add of the box that you're getting, which is the character output that's there.
Ooh, I didn't realize Raven's deck is all specials. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they only showed a couple cards, so it was. So she's got a few specials in there. Soul Self teleportation. I feel like she's gonna feel a little bit like Cloak, just a smidge, but maybe we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Okay, so back to the Teen Titans or the Titans pledge. Sorry, so that's gonna come with core game, Teen Titans, the stretch goals, and Power Girl, and Power Girl's just like it's only going to be so if the Teen Titans box comes to retail, it says Teen Titans exclusive expansion, so it won't. But if it does at some point and Come On changes their mind and decide they really like money, it won't come with Power Girl. So here's your chance to get it. Now this is $100 plus shipping is not included. We'll get to that too. but this is $100 that comes with that. So $65 minus Titans, $100 with Titans. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Did I miss anything before I move on?
Nope.
All right. Let's talk about add-ons. All right. So we had a couple add-ons. We had a couple, just a smidge, a few. That's Power Girl. Sorry, my computer went wonky. The first add-on that came was the Metropolis add-on. Well, it was the Titans add-on, and then Metropolis came first when Andrea and Tyga were doing their ones. So this was all right. So we've got the core box of the core Justice League minus Al Jordan. We've got the Teen Titans. And so now we go to Metropolis to talk. And when we see Metropolis, we're thinking, oh, the supers are making their show. And basically, we had what came with them is 3 figures, which is going to be Steel, Supergirl, and the first introduction of support characters, which are the I forgot what the name was for him again. But Jimmy Olsen, which came in as a special support character.
You missed one.
No, I didn't. That's all that's in the box. We're going to talk about the villains too. I did miss the villains. We're going to talk about the villains as well. Yes, they added the dog.
Oh yes.
What? Anyway, I'm not injecting bias. You also get Crypto, the super dog, in here as well. So Steve, let's engage you a little bit. So we're in Marvel Multiverse, they brought in pets, Jeff the Shark, all these other ones that are there. But in this box, they introduced a new thing, which was the support characters that with their minis that are gone. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is brand new. They're gonna be gray plastic to differentiate them. But these are additional characters that have their own set of rules and minigame. And they are not heroes, but they will provide a benefit to players as long as they can be protected. And how you protect them is going to be different for each character. So I can play a little bit differently. Jimmy Olsen comes in this one, and I don't think I know what he does, but I know Lois Lane is a potential as well.
She's the add-on to this one, the exclusive. Yeah, she's the exclusive.
Yeah, the exclusive, that's right. And so she can't be, if an overflow happens in her spot, Superman has to move to her location to save her. You're forced to do that. And likewise, if you play with Lois Lane, you have to play with Superman. So like, there are going to be stipulations for using these support characters that you have to have certain characters or certain locations or on the board that are going to work thematically and mechanically on their systems, I guess to say so.
Yeah, and there is a negative consequence, from what I understand, if they are removed from the game, if they die.
That's correct.
There is a negative consequence that you will suffer if that support character is removed from the game. But this was
a little bit of a risk reward.
Yeah, it's a risk reward thing. And they are a supplement, correct? You don't have to play with them in there, but once again, this is another one of those value adds where and this is the first one being added. There's some in the stretch goal box. There's some in many other expansions that we're going to look at, but Jimmy Olsen was the first, and this was the introduction. This is a brand new mechanic. Yep. This is not in any of the Marvel stuff, season 1 to season 3. So this is to DC. Let's see. Then the villains that come in are Doomsday and Brainiac, which good villains. I mean, I think a lot of people know who Brainiac is. I think
so. And Doomsday, hopefully too. He's not.
Yeah, because
they're pretty known, I think.
Yeah, because there was that big. They even, I think that when Doomsday appeared in comics and killed Superman, it was even in the paper. I remember that, like, it was online. People were saying, "Oh, Superman's dead." So people know who these two characters are at least, and can relate to this box. This also comes with some challenges. that I think Steve would find very interesting. The Kryptonite Shard challenges
Yep.
that comes in that you get to play with their challenge card seems like a nice addition, a nice way to make the game a little bit harder. So yeah, to Steve the game a little bit, get some locations with it, and then the
I'm a little
figures.
hesitant on that though, to be honest.
Oh, what's
And
up?
so one big thing about United for me is the modularity.
Mm,
I like saying, you know what, I'm gonna take Trigon, I'm gonna put him with a Sentinel battle, or whatever and just like everything works together.
mm,
The Kryptonite challenge, it affects Kryptonians, thematically appropriate, right?
mm.
But if you're not playing Kryptonians, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
And so like the modularity is less so.
It's specific. It's very
It's specific,
specific.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm less excited for this challenge than the other ones, I'd say.
I
But
I'm
I get it.
curious. I'm curious how this challenge will play with Zod. That is my
Oh,
curiosity when I saw this because Zod also has red crystals. That's his win condition. So I'm curious how it affects Kryptonians, and it was specific in the verbiage to say that Zod is a Kryptonian and he's an enemy. So I think that's the thing. It's okay, this is specific, but it can also open up a different field of play if you don't use any Kryptonians but you fight Zod. Will it make him easier? Will it make it harder? Does it have any variance on that? So I don't know. It was just something that came to mind when they said he was a stretch goal villain.
well, I can read the text on the card right now, and it specifically says Kryptonian heroes suffer blah 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 bad effect.
Oh, okay,
So unfortunately, I
okay.
don't think it's work with Zod, but that would be cool. That would be cool.
We can home rule that bad boy.
That's right.
But if you choose to get this expansion, it will come with Superboy, Connor Kent, and Lois Lane. So Lois Lane is the bystander or support character, and then a new hero. All right. So let's talk about bang for buck on this one because this is a set aside. It's not part of it's part of the all-in bundle, but not part of any other bundle. So if you add this one by itself, where do you feel the value add is?
I'm less excited for this one, honestly.
Okay.
The villains are the most exciting part for me. Like I love Doomsday and Brainiac as villains. I think they're really cool villains, and I want to see how they work mechanically because I think they're going to be
Mm,
very very cool. How you can make them. I mean, Brainiac's kind of a collector of information. He fights with intelligence, and Doomsday he's a big brute. You can't kill him the same way twice, right?
right.
And so I really want to see how those work in action. As for the characters, I mean, I like the characters, but they're not like a reason for me to seek out the expansion.
So you feel that the largest value gain for you in this is just the two villains.
For me personally, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can follow on that. I can follow on that. I think that I don't mind I like okay. I like representation with Steel
Mhm.
because Steel is a black man. So I like representation in my games. I know a lot of people don't care for that stuff, but I do. And so that was like, okay, well, we've got Steel. Supergirl's a good ad, another Kryptonian, another superhero to play. But the other thing that built for Steel for me is that okay, when we get to campaign decks, one of the campaigns is Reign of the Superman. He was one of them. So now you've got this character that you can use potentially in that campaign if you choose to get that. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that and talk about that in a second. I agree with you that the value add to this is not as high as the other stuff that was named further out that we're gonna get to.
Yeah.
But I think it's a decent expand. I think it's okay, right? I'll say that. I think it's okay.
I think, and here's my hot take on this one.
Mm,
I think making the support characters into minis, and I know we're talking about community or not.
mm.
I think that was unnecessary. Like I think they could have been the card and used the card as the placement around the board, right? And kind of like a threat card, right? And I would have been totally fine with that because my guess is I think they replaced what would have been more heroes in this box with support character minis.
Mm.
That's my guess. I don't know.
It's all of the minis in this game are unnecessary. I'm just gonna
Yeah, fair, right?
throw
Yeah,
that
I get
out
that. But
there.
this is, I don't know.
Yeah. Jess says, anyone else feeling overwhelmed with all this? I mean, how do you organize all this stuff? My hubby's gonna kill me when all these boxes arrive, or he's going to thank you because of the awesomeness that you brought into the house and into your lives. Yes.
What did you do?
Hey Dan, what's going on? Hello, people monkey. So, we'll hop back over here to talk about let's see, that's the Metropolis one, which is this guy.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine, but not high on my list. Put it that way.
Yeah, right. If we're gonna do all that, we're gonna measure, our excitement and hype based on that. But this Metropolis box is $35. By and large, you're gonna see a lot of the expansions be $35. That's typical par for the course. USD, of course. That's typical par for the course set of what you're getting. So if you're a fan of the supers, this is value for you. If you're not a fan of the supers, or you're like, the crypto dog is stupid, then you can skip this expansion, right, and be okay. Oh my gosh. If you're gonna tease me, I'm gonna poke at it. So you're getting 4 heroes, 2 support characters, and 2 villains for this $35 pledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps. But if you have any questions, we can go back to this, and I'm just kind of scanning chat to see if there are any questions going on. Icardox says 4 heroes plus 2 villains is the new baseline, the bare minimum. Metropolis, sadly, is the lowest value between all expansions. I don't think support changes that math. That's fair. I don't disagree with that. That's fair. I think when we do our ranking system, it's not going to be high, and everybody can kind of feel and expect that.
Right.
So after that one came out, the following Friday, did I miss it? Sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
Nope.
Okay. The following Friday, out came Gotham City, and people were like, "Oh my God, Gotham City! Finally, we're gonna get everything." And then we were like, "Oh." and I'm not saying it's a bad expansion. I'm just saying it was a letdown, and it was a letdown because we were expecting more than what we got in this box. And I know everyone will be like, "Oh, but wait." I get it. But when this dropped, everyone was like, "Gotham City, yes, this is gonna be beautiful." The trailer for it was gorgeous. Everybody was like, "Yeah, we're hyped." And then it was like, "Oh," because we got Batgirl and Nightwing. Okay. And then Steve wanted Alfred. Steve got Alfred.
I was really happy with Alfred. I was really happy. Yeah.
And then we got to the villains. So this was our first dual mode villain. A lot of people were talking about there hasn't been any dual mode villains. Why aren't we seeing, or dual mode characters? Sorry, why aren't we seeing dual mode characters? What's missing? And this was the first introduction of Red Hood and Catwoman, which makes sense, right? Red Hood came back. Jason Todd came back to life. Was a villain for a while as the Red Hood, and then he became good, and then Catwoman is a cat burglar, and then she's an anti-hero, more or less. So it makes sense. And then we got Bane, and that was it. And it just fell so flat because it was like, oh, okay, now we get to see some of these villains. Oh, it's going to be Arkham, it's going to be big, it's going to be massive. And everyone's like, Bane's cool. I don't know. How did you feel about it?
I think the one that got me the most excited when I saw this box, well, other than Alfred. Alfred was like, "Yes, Alfred!" Because I love Alfred. But Batwoman, actually, I was really happy to see her pop up
As the add-on,
the add-on, right?
Yeah.
The extra. So, I think she's a really cool character that kind of gets overlooked. So I was really happy to see her represented here.
There is a lot of potential in the Bat universe, right? Someone had put Gotham has so much girl power that got my wife excited. Catwoman, Batwoman for the win. I mean, the Gotham City sirens of themselves are fantastic, and you will, depending on how you pledge, you can collect a lot of them. Um, so this comes with a bat signal cards. So, you want to run into a little bit of that?
Yeah, I love my challenges, and so this one is nice because it could fit anywhere, I think. And here's my understanding of how it works: is basically you're gonna have a bat signal that gets marked on the board, and basically no other threats can be cleared until you go address whatever that problem is. It could be like, hey, clear out the civilians or clear out the thugs or whatever it is, right? This requires your attention. So I like how that's going to throw a wrench in your plans.
Mm.
It sounds cool. I think there are other challenges that excite me more, but I do like this challenge.
Okay, all right. And the add-ons that come with it are Batwoman and Commissioner Gordon. So it's what's
Commish.
the commish has come in. And then your villain is going to be Bane. And I believe when they talked about Bane, Alfred's support character is actually pretty interesting. First, before we get to that, it's interesting because Alfred takes tokens places. And he can help people with tokens. But what's cool is that his mini is made to hold the token. So on the platter, and I'll scroll down a little so you can see. So behind his back, as you can see, there's a platter that's back there. And on this platter right here, you can actually put a token, whether it is the cardboard or the plastic token. It will fit on there for as he moves around and carries it around. So it's not just laying about and you'll say, hey, you'll have this when Alfred gets to you. It's actually, you could put it on the mini, which
That's cool.
it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty
cool.
interesting. Batgirl, of course, with her utilities and her agility, that's kind of her thing. And her card's proof to that with movement and being able to evade things. That's kind of her bit, which is pretty cool. Nightwing, of course, you know. You know, this is how Harley Quinn ruins these shows for me. These characters for me. So, of course, they have to show you Nightwing's butt, right?
That's right. Great show though.
It's about the same amount of content as Metropolis, but I'm way more excited about this one, and I think it's because everyone was excited about the Gotham stuff.
Yeah.
I
also think because the anti-heroes add a lot more to the game. Right?
Because it's like you're getting two characters in one, basically.
Correct. Yeah. So I think the value here is higher than Metropolis for that reason alone. But yes, the characters themselves are so pretty exciting because these are all, like you said, the Bat Family stuff is. There's a lot of fans around that. So
best booty in DC.
That's right.
So Catwoman's pretty cool ability is that she can steal your equipment. So you go if you play with equipment cards, there's the potential for her to steal equipment from allies. Right? This isn't the villain side. this is the ally side where, you know, once a thief, always a thief, where she's like, hey, I'm gonna borrow that equipment card and take it on as my own, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then Jason Todd, of course, is just all about power and beat up. Which is what he's built for. And then we have Bane and it was a wedding gift.
I love the character.
I was a fan of Bane prior to that show, and that show has ruined it in such a good way for me.
So good.
now I can't. Who does that voice? Is it Alan Tudyk that does that voice?
I don't know. I should look it up sometime.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. Yeah, but Bane is stupidly strong. I mean, at 3 players, his health is 10. 4 players, health is 11. But, you know, the venom that goes into him is just going to power him up and he's going to decimate you. So, let's talk about Let's see. We talked about the bat signal challenge and whatnot. Okay. Um, value, value add. So how do you feel this is as a value add for people who are interested in picking it up?
The anti-heroes add a lot of value to the game because, like you said, it's almost like having two characters in one.
Mm,
So this one is going to rank higher for that purpose. Not oh, and also the challenge seems like it's modular. You don't have to have specific setups.
okay.
You can go to any set. Uh,
As long as the bat signal is shining wherever it is, that's the thing you have to deal with.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, you don't. I think you can play the bat signal without bat family, which is
Correct.
fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It's just a nice challenge. Yeah, totally
yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I think this one ranks higher for me. I don't know exactly where in order. I had to sit down.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
look
yeah. I get it. I get it. But for people who are here for the Gotham stuff, it's Dom. Hey, what's up? It's the opening salvo.
that's right.
It's the opening salvo of the Gotham stuff, and honestly, I think it has for me, and I'll just talk about for me, and we can, you all can let us know what you think, but for me, if you are getting the other box, you kind of have to get this one because this one has Bane in it. So they feel like they go together.
Yeah, Kim and I were talking about this earlier, and how Simon did a good job in spreading out the characters you want in different boxes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they did intentionally for sure to get you to buy more than
yeah.
you need.
Because when this one came out, it was, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's $35. I agree. I think this is a higher value than Metropolis for people who are interested. And
yeah.
if you're a huge Batman fan and you came to this campaign just for the Batman stuff, this is a no-brainer, right? To go
Mhm.
ahead and pick it up. Wait, what? Really?
Oh, what?
Oh,
Next up,
I'm going to it. I'm going to it right now.
my character. They made him.
I'm going to it right now.
Sorry, I'm
Yes,
distracted.
yes, they did. It's Dead Man.
Ah, yes.
Oh my gosh, Boston
Me
Brand.
happy.
Let me see the cards. Exclusives. During any villain turn, flip this card to move to a location where another hero has been KO'd or an overflow was triggered. Interesting. He's got some interesting rules of being a ghost. Deadman can only perform heroic or punch actions in locations with at least one civilian or thug. Deadman can't be assigned any damage and can't be forced to discard cards from his hand. If Deadman ends his turn in a location with no civilians and no thugs, he's immediately KO'd.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay,
I like
that's
it.
awesome. So as you're playing the game, clearing stuff, you have to be careful.
You have to possess someone, right?
Yeah,
You can't.
you have to possess people. That's
Yep.
pretty cool. I like that. The mini's actually pretty nice too, with the
Yeah.
like how it's shaped up. They're really going all out in the butt thing though. Really going all out on it. Yeah, but that's so you got your character.
Yep.
You got the
That
one
was
you
one I
read for.
want. That's awesome.
Very nice. Awesome. So what's the steep jump on this one? Is it another 100? Yeah, 100 Yeah, I think it's another 100 that has jumped. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Back up to the goals. Okay. After that dropped and people were like, meh. They were lukewarm on Metropolis. I mean Gotham, sorry.
Wasn't Justice Society of America before Metropolis? I mean, Gotham City, sorry.
Oh, that's right. It came out during a week. It was not announced. It was just dropped.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me go to that one now.
Okay.
So Justice Society of America, if you watch the Black Adam movie with The Rock, then you got to see some of these characters. If you watch Shazam, you saw the rest. So Justice Society, this one was not something that was on a Friday stream. It was just during the week. Here's an expansion. That was dropped on a lot of people. This gives you 7. Well, it'll be 8 with the exclusive, but 7 heroes: Black Canary, Shazam, Hawkman, Doctor Fate, the Atom, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher. So Atom Smasher is kind of like about the size, from what I understand, of Stature from season 3. in terms of its, enlarged mini for you to move around on the table. But you get a dual mode character, which is Black Adam. So once again, count him as two. He's a hero and he's an anti-hero and a villain that you have to
I gotta
fight.
call it that sculpt though. That sculpt on Black Adam is really cool.
I'm curious how it's going to shape up though, because that means that his cape is the only thing keeping him to the base. So
Yeah,
I wonder how sensitive the mini's going to be. That's what
I'm not
worries
sure.
me.
It's cool looking though.
But
I
it
like
is
it.
it is very cool looking. I like it. Um, what would be very cool? I've been watching a lot of people paint minis, and I've been watching them do lightning effects. So I'm wondering if someone's going to do a lightning effect on him, which
Yeah.
which would be pretty impressive. There are population cards added to this expansion, 8 event cards added to this expansion, and they have a PvP mode added to this expansion, which between Steve and I, we don't care,
Yep.
but that's us, right? So if you like the PvP that was Civil War, I think Civil War was the first PvP for the
Yeah.
United series. So if you like that, here.
Well, technically it was gold and blue team, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was Gold and Blue Team.
Yeah.
But if you like PvP in your game, here's some more for you. Let me see if I missed. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. I think for me, talk about more like the PvP is not something that interests me. I'm sure it'd be fine, but I would buy this specifically just for the
For the
heroes.
heroes,
And the
yeah,
villains, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And you get a lot of them for the price point, honestly. So even if you don't do the PvP, this is a pretty good bang for your buck.
hmm Uh,
Um,
so there's that tokens, rules, cards. Let's see what we got, and it comes with a team deck. So 17 cards for the Justice Society of America. Why they're outside the other team decks, I don't know. That
well, it's
that
only 7 cards. Aren't there other team decks more than 7 cards, or is it just me?
I think it's supposed to be more than 7 cards. We'll look at it when we get to the team decks for sure. But yeah, if you like the PvP, more PvP. However, for Steve and I, for me, I'm getting it because the characters, and I think if Steve decides to get it, then it would be just for the characters.
So this is dumb, but the other thing I would get this for is the color bases. Because
Oh, you need
I,
more?
I do that for the streams, just for the
Yeah,
streams, so
yeah,
you can
that's
see what
fair.
characters would be
No,
here.
no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
So you can peruse the characters and what they do and their equipment as you see through. Like I said, we're just kind of talking about. So while I'm scrolling through this, I'm trying to get to the villain. But while I'm scrolling through this, what's the bang for the buck on this one for you?
It's the characters, and there's that, and Shazam, Black Adam, and Doctor Fate, and Black Canary are some of the characters I really enjoy. Those characters,
Mm,
so they got a lot of them in this box. So that's the draw for me. It's
okay.
getting those guys. Um, is it enough for me to make the cut? I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
sure yet.
Okay. And so six team cards, one team members card. So for a total of 7 on the team deck.
Yeah,
This bad boy is probably easier to close it. Oh, back
40.
up again. Is $40 because you're getting more minis and a PvP mode. So a new mode of new, right, mode of play plus more characters. So it boosted up $5 to $40. Um, I think because of the amount of characters that you get, makes it so I would I think it's a good value. But if you're like, I don't know who these people are and I don't care for PvP, then this is an easy skip for you. Um
Yeah, I'm with Yusuf here. He says, I thought this was a terrible expansion for the cost, but the big names in the box is definitely a draw, and there's technically a villain in this. Yeah, I think the big names are what's drawing this box in there. If
yeah.
they had different names, I'd be like, pass. But some of
It,
these big names are definitely winners.
and you'll see that that's kind of the theme though, right? of
It is.
of this. The theme is that they're putting big names in a box and people are getting pretty hyped about it.
Yep.
Morgan Knight says, I'm only interested in Dr. Fate, so this box isn't worth it for me. Yeah. And you could probably buy
Yeah.
Dr. Fate for $5 afterwards if you want to spend that and get the cards in the mini and not get the expansion. So the aftermarket will be a flutter with ways for you to pick up characters that you just wanted from a specific box instead of everything else.
Yeah.
VJ said Hawkman's the only character for me in that one. Yeah. Wonder where they'll add Spectre, Jay Garrick, and Al Scott. Jay Garrick was added, I think, but we'll get to that. All right. Then they did Metropolis, then they did Justice Society, then they did Gotham. So I did kind of a little bit roundabout, so thanks for that catch. But on a Friday, they dropped Suicide Squad, and things got interesting again. Because, sure, why not? It's Suicide Squad. So this is cool. All of them are dual mode characters. Every single one of them, which means it's not 6 villains, it's 12 playable characters that you have in this box before the exclusive, right? So this is cool, and it's with characters that you know. Well, sorta. It's with characters that you know, right? King Shark, Harley Quinn. So there's our first dual mode Harley Quinn. Peacemaker, if you watch the show. And then the Polka Dot Man, Rick Flag, and Bloodsport were characters from the second the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. So with another character that we're going to be talking about towards the end. So, but this is pretty interesting.
So it's worth pointing out that this isn't exactly 6 new. Is it 6 villains or what's the count here?
It's 6 villains. 6 villains.
It's not exactly 6 villain sets though. It is because they can't be played alone. They have to be paired with another villain. So it'd be like Harley and King Shark teaming up, or Harley and Peacemaker teaming up. So you need 2 of them to make one villain.
Oh, I did not know that. No,
Yeah.
because I was used to the Sin 6 methodology because it was the Sin 6 method, right?
Yes, that's correct.
That you were going against, but I did not know that it was villain tag team.
Yeah, so that's why the villain dashboards are cut in half. So you choose one half for one character, one half for the other character.
Okay, that's very cool.
It's cool. I like it because Quicksilver
and Wanda, Scarlet Witch. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch did the same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I like those modes, so I'm optimistic for this one. It's like that, but modular. So sweet.
And then on top of that, they all can be played as heroes.
Correct.
So it works out. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. I believe this one added on an exclusive too. Was I wrong on that?
It has the nano bombs as well. Was that the challenge? Yeah, nano bomb challenge. Because I got to talk about challenges.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah. I like the nano bombs challenge because it feels thematically appropriate. So you shuffle this into the bottom half of your deck. That's right. And when it shows up, you immediately have to do this because it's Amanda Waller telling you to do something. If you don't, the bomb goes off and you die.
Oh, it's like the bomb in your head and you have to do what she says. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
So, like, yeah, thematically cool. Mechanically, yeah, it sounds fun to try it out. So,
yeah.
I'm looking at this one. I like this one. Yeah,
and Harley's not locked to this set. For, I think, ARJ Angel said, kind of bummed Harley is locked in this set. She isn't. She's been added to another set that we're going to talk about in a second. But yes, this is one mode of play for her presently. And there is, once again, the team decks. So there's the Suicide Squad team deck that's going to be coming with it. But how do you feel in terms of value for this?
Big value for this one.
And this one's running at $35. So it's the same price as Metropolis.
Yeah, this is huge value, honestly, because you have all the different combinations. Like I think someone pointed out there's like 30 different. Yeah, I said on the chat there, Icodrox.
Yeah.
Said 30 different combinations. I didn't do the math, but that's probably about right. So you have a ton of game in here.
Mm.
So
now.
Yep. That is if you like the characters, though, too, right?
Who doesn't like the characters? But $35, high value for what you're looking for, and it's more of the Arkham stuff, right? These are the Blackgate prisoners. So
is Is the Sinister Six? Sorry, is the mode the other mode the same thing as Sinister Six, or is it slightly different? I didn't check that
It's the
closely.
same mode. It's the same mode as Sinister Six.
Okay,
Yep,
okay,
it's the Sin Six mode. They
okay.
call it Suicide
That's fine.
Squad mode in this one,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. So
Cool.
you're getting a Sinister Six mode, dual character combo villain mode,
Yep,
and individual hero modes, plus the nanobot challenge.
that's correct.
That to me seems like a great value for $35.
I agree. I like Chris's comment. So Sharkmen are okay too. Just no full-blooded animals. I think I got it now.
King Shark can talk. All right, so after that was it? I think Green Lantern Corps dropped before Sidekicks.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let me close out some of these because I have it fully open so I can scroll properly for people to see.
Oh, I could says it's different than Sinister Six, so I have to look into that.
That's the playmat. We'll get to that.
So yeah.
We'll get to that. I thought I had this lined out. I was incorrect. Oh, Green Lantern Corps. Here we go. So then dropped the Green Lantern Corps. And once again, after seeing Suicide Squad, we were amped. Green Lantern Corps. All right. Hal Jordan, Atrocitus, and other characters that people don't know or care about.
Oh, Kilowog! I love Kilowog. Delicious. We just watched that recently.
so so it but when this one dropped, I understand now why it dropped, but before people were confused. It's like, all right, well, it's just the Green Lantern Corps, which comes with 5 figures, which is you get Guy Gardner, John Stewart, huge win for me, Kilowog, Salak, and Jessica Cruz as the Green Lantern Corps. A nice little thing that they came in with this too are the rings, because this is a new mechanic that came with the Green Lantern Corps, and I believe it is this one. The rings power the rings power your cards. So if you have your ring on your turn, you can perform the action that the ring states twice, as opposed. So you have, let's say for this one that they're showing, you have a heroic on Kilowog's card. You can use your power ring to perform that heroic action 2 additional times, but it's just that.
Yep.
Until you recharge it. And if you see on the other Kilowog card that's on there, there's the movement that has the ring power, and then there's the wild. You don't get the wild, you just get what the ring allows you to power, which I think is a cool mechanic.
I think so. Just a quick clarification. I know the chat's been on
Oh,
it,
sorry.
but
What's up?
for Suicide Squad, they are trying to complete missions, so it's different than Sinister Six, and you try to stop them before they do so. So it's a little bit different.
It's still, I guess for me, the core of it is still the same. You hit the
Yeah,
weak points
yeah.
down and then you kill them, right?
True. That is similar.
So that when I say that it's the Sin 6 mode,
Mhm.
that's what I mean for it. So no, it's very important to clarify. When I say it's Sin 6 mode, that's what I mean. It's the Pentagon board. You knock down the weak points and then you kill them and then you win. Right? They may have a mission that they have to do as opposed to the Sin 6 who's trying to kill you.
Right.
I genuinely do not care about any Lantern characters. I got stuck with them in the Deceased All-In, which was cheaper to get than just leaving out the Lantern, so I'm determined to skip this time. The Green Lantern box is now also coming with generic rings. Yes, yeah.
Big one for me.
Yeah. So other people can have Green Lantern rings. But I think this is a nice new mechanic that lets your ring power give extra power to your cards.
Yep.
Anything you want to add to that?
For that point, no. I think it's a cool mechanic. It's cool that different people can focus on different powers, and you're gonna have to coordinate together to make it work. So I like how they all do that, so they have a similar feel. It's like the Kryptonians; they have a similar feel too. So I like how those themes are coming together in the character designs.
Yeah, and they come with a team deck in here as well. So there's no extras exclusives for this one. You're getting 5 characters, generic rings, and their ring cards and a team deck. For
And the quests.
did I miss the quest?
The Green Lantern ring quest, which is the extra quest, the extra rings, which is I think is a cool idea.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Go ahead and explain that one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that one, as a if you're not a part of the Green Lantern Corps, you need to complete any mission, and then you get this additional equipment, which is one of the rings.
Hmm.
And the rings has a similar mechanic where you can choose a previous icon and double it. And there's one for each different icon. So heroic action, punch, movement, and wilds, which sounds really cool.
Yeah, and let me see if I could find if they did an update with just the rings. So,
If you scroll down to the bottom of the thing, it's at the very bottom,
oh, it's at the very bottom. Okay,
or towards the very bottom at least.
you're towards
Um,
the very bottom. Hold on, let me see.
oh no, where you were, sorry, in the update.
Oh, gotcha. Forward.
Yeah.
I can use the internet. All right, let's go to there. That's
Like,
Patrol the Night.
I would want to get the lantern rings. If they would add on, I would definitely add that as an add-on separately. But you get them for free by backing the set, which makes sense. So I get it.
Yeah, they're. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Boop. Put a ring on it. If you like it, you know what to do. The Green Lantern quest. So this is what Steve was talking about.
Mhm.
So to get it, it says use on your turn. That's how you use it. Where was the? They showed a thing. Is it on the backside where it says how to get it?
It says on the card itself, complete any mission.
Oh, at the top green. At the top green.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so but I remember there was one in the reading that said like you have to rescue a certain amount of civilians or something, or clear a threat.
That might be a different thing.
I thought it was the challenge that came with it.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, so let's pop back. So that was the Green Lantern Corps, $30 instead of 35. How do you feel value wise for that?
I think it's pretty good. That was pretty good. Uh, it's not as high as the previous one we just talked about for value wise,
Right.
but I don't have any complaints with the Green Lantern set. I think enough characters, enough variety in there.
And the extra rings
There's no villain though, right?
Right. There is no villain. It's just the core.
Yeah, so that's what makes it a little less value there, but it's also a little bit cheaper. So I'm okay with that.
All right. And then I'll let Steve talk about this $20 waste of your time, which is this thing. Nope, not that thing. Let me see. Did I pop the up? Oh my God, what is wrong with me today? I had these in order. There it is. So Steve, I'll let you talk about this waste of people's money.
I don't know why the other sidekicks are in here too. I don't understand why that's there, but yeah. Anyway, so here's the sidekicks. So this is basically the pets for DC. So you're gonna get the Bat Hound, Chip, which I'm really excited to see him. Wasn't sure if he's gonna be there covered. Detective Chimp and Dexstar. So those are the animals, but you also get all the, and this is what I'm not sure about. You get all the cards for the other sidekicks.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if that's just a storage thing or what. I don't know if you have to grab the mini from the other box and the cards from here. That's the one thing that confuses me from this.
It probably might be to that statement where you said like the minis were kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
So sidekicks is a feature player could choose to add to their game, giving them more options and strategies. If a hero chooses to take a sidekick with them, they simply shuffle the 3 sidekick cards into the hero deck and place the sidekick figure next to
I'm
the
getting
hero.
mixed up. They were support cards. This is a psychic version of the support cards. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken.
Okay.
That's where I'm getting confused. Yeah, so these turn the support characters into sidekicks. Which seems appropriate.
Gotcha. So
it's now you can have like
a team deck. More or less.
Not like a team deck, but yeah, you can like put Commissioner Gordon mixed up with Steel, right? Give you sidekick with him if you want to go crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's cool. I like that added variety, but you don't have the mini to go with them. But you don't need the mini. Oh, you would need the mini.
Yeah, you would need the mini. It's just that these cards would get shuffled into your deck, and that's how they'd act.
That's right.
Yeah. So they're animals that you can use. Jeez. Get it for the sidekick deck. There you go. That's my value add. There is a bat hound. Why does the dog need a mask? It
You gotta
sure
save his identity.
from who?
So funny you should say that, but like, so I toured a museum where they had like the um oh crap, what's the Osama bin Laden, that's right. When they took him out and said that they had his AK-47 display and other things, they had pictures of the team there as well. Of course, the team were blurred out because protect identity.
Right.
But there's a picture of one of the team members with their dog. The dog's face was also blurred out in the museum. So
Yeah.
yes, I can understand why Bathound has a mask. So.
Good Lord. And what hurts more is that Ace was adopted into the Bat family after Batman recognized his great potential. What?
Yeah.
To do what? Anyway, so Bat Dog. Detective Chimp. What are we talking about here, right? This is Spider-Ham to me. That's what this is. I won't even give him Howard the Duck status. This is Spider-Ham.
I'm curious how these pets are gonna work. We haven't seen them yet 'cause we haven't got season 3, but yeah, I'm curious. What hate dogs you so much? Yeah.
So then there is Dexstar the cat, which is a Red Lantern cat, and then Chip is it Chip who is
Yeah.
who is the Green Lantern squirrel? Yeah.
Yep.
But he does come with his powering abilities that he's able to do,
Yep.
which is okay. And then you get the sidekick cards for the other two useless things that are going to be added to this game, which is another Crypto and Gleek. So yeah.
So now what you could do, you can house rule it, where you can grab the crypto cards, the Bat Dog cards, and you can get basically 12 of them and make it a pets deck. That's right.
Don't you ever play that when I come over for Game of Palooza. All right? Listen. I have not played season 3 yet to see the value of the pets. I could be wrong, and it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's just silly. That's all. I think that's it. I haven't played it at all. I haven't received season 3. I think it's just more, in my mind, there are more things that you can add to this game than this. Right? Especially in this campaign. We had to wait 3 seasons for a pet expansion for Marvel because they were busy giving you content. And then when they were starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel, more or less, you got pets. Now, this is the first outing of DC, and here's some pets for you. And they're probably gonna they're probably gonna throw
one with a massive oversight, not give you the pets in the first place.
So I have when I give pets a hard time, I haven't played them. I'm going to play them. I'm gonna give them a shot. And honestly, I may turn around and they'll say that they are an amazing value add and they are so worth the money. But right now I'm in my bitter state, and that's where I'm gonna sit. I'm in my curmudgeon mode, and I will be curmudgeon.
I like Useless comment here. It says, Dom, you should make pets a crucial part of the campaign.
So we're not so then we won't be playing Dom's campaign. Gotcha. or we'll play it, but not printing off that sheet. Ah, goodness. All right, so
good times.
Sidekicks came in, and Sidekicks came for $20. So how do you feel about the value add for this with the 12 Sidekick cards plus the additional and then the 4 pets?
I have trouble judging this one.
Because we haven't played season 3 yet.
Well, yeah, we haven't played with the pets, so I'm not sure how impactful they are.
Yeah.
Value-wise, seems fine. This one's hard to judge.
Yeah. Until we get our season 3, and then I will give the pets a shot.
Yeah.
So then we can probably better judge. But for this is one of those ones where we're on the fence, and you just have to. This is one where it's going to be left for you to decide what you want to do, right?
I
We
did
can't
try
get
it out,
opinion.
so
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
don't have
we'll,
any concerns. I just don't know. So.
yeah, I have concerns.
Yeah,
So, so after the sidekicks came out, team decks came out, and this was just a drop that came out where it was just the team deck. So, team decks came in season 3 of Marvel United Multiverse. Dawson, I absolutely am putting them in the campaign with a gate right before the last boss required unlocking. Ah, Dom, don't do it to me.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh. So team decks. You want to talk about these a little bit?
I think my opinion of team decks hasn't changed since the announcement in season 3. I have not tried them out, but to me, this is the most exciting addition to United of recent times.
Why is that?
Because of the added designs or gameplay state it adds to the game. Because now you've got 2 face-up cards, which you can choose to play one of them into the storyline and use the effects, right?
Mm.
But they also have like thematic, really good abilities in there, but also a really bad mandatory effect that shows up eventually. So you have this risk reward thing going on with this additional deck that has cool thematic tie to the other characters in there. So like for me, that it's adding a new choice for decision space for the players, which I want to see for this game. Like, cool, awesome, bring it on.
Mm.
So, but this is all without playing it. So this is all my interpretation how it works and my expectations.
Yeah, Morgan Knight says most of the team decks can be used with just the core box and stretch goals, which is cool.
Yeah.
So it's not locking you in. And for people who once again is going more towards the Gotham feel, there's Batman Inc. and there's Birds of Prey. So you've got more, and there's Gotham Knights. So you've got more Batman stuff for Gotham stuff that you're looking for. This came out to be about $15 for what's coming up, and I think this is a good value.
Easy buy.
Yeah.
Easy buy.
Soon after that, yeah, because before campaign came out, they dropped the Arkham one. So soon after that, hype went real. Hype went real when the Arkham Asylum Breakout came.
What is this?
By far a must-have.
Yeah.
Too much good stuff in this box. It's $50 and it is worth every penny USD in my opinion. This comes with some pretty daggum cool stuff. All villain. 6, 7, 8. 8 villains. 8 villains are in this box. 8 villains. A new mode of play that has not been done anywhere else in any of the Uniteds so far. And 4 bat of the Bat family. Batgirl, spoiler, Armored Batman, and then you get Robin, Damian Wayne. So this is just amazing. This was the thing that we thought Gotham would be. And this is just ridiculous. What's pretty cool about this game that is being added is you've got 8 new villains coming out. Two-Face, where that coin that you're getting for free is not just for it to sit on your table. You're actually going to use it in the game. It's a D2 that you're going to flip and determine what you're going to get. Riddler, where you have to discover the enemies. They're all very seriously thematic with what built in with these villains. This is by far the best. Yeah, Brian says, this Arkham Asylum made me change my mind about backing DC. But let's talk about while you see these villains and you're like, yes, this is everything I wanted, the new mode that came with this, which was Breakout mode. Breakout mode was this is amazing. You play the villains, and the villain is actually the hero.
Yeah.
And you're trying to accomplish a mission on these villain cards. You're trying to accomplish a mission before Batman or some other hero takes you down, because it's not just Batman going after you, which is just incredible. The locations themselves even change because they're blueprints of Arkham Asylum on how you're trying to get out. You can cause a riot, which will distract someone, which makes things shift. So it kind of turned the entire game on its head to say, okay, now you're the villains playing a team of villains going up against a hero. And if you notice, the heroes don't have. I didn't the heroes can't be KO'd. I don't think you can kill them. I think the only way for you to win is to complete your mission, right?
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was I've been blabbering on. What are your thoughts?
No, this was the winner, I think. When this thing popped up, like, oh man, it's on. So, yeah, because we were talking about like an Arkham Asylum focus box would be amazing, and they delivered. So I did see a comment I want to address right now.
Oh yeah, what you got?
It was, can you? It's from Mike James. Can you break out the Conrad King or just the villains in this expansion? The villains in expansion are who you play with because it's a whole new way of approaching it. But there's a co-antagonist challenge because you don't have a villain in this mode; you have an antagonist, and so that could be anybody, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So they'll run around and help the antagonists with. So you have another. You can have basically two heroes stopping you from trying to break out of prison, which is cool.
Now to level set expectations on this, because I remember that Thaigo also set expectations on this. You can't grab any villain and play this mode. This is keyed to specific villains for this mode. They did add Harley and Joker as part of this, so that's a crowdfunding exclusive that you get in this game. So if this game comes to retail, it's not going to have that in there. But they had creating this mode was very tricky for them with the mechanics to keep it tight. So to keep it tight, they had to say, okay, we need to restrict the villains to what this is.
Right.
I was just wondering if you can use Superman against Ivy since she has a hypnotize. We're gonna get to that in a second. That's part of this expansion too, which is pretty darn amazing. So yeah, but I think this is just first of all, the Arkham villains, people were like, yes, this is what we wanted. And then they just went above and beyond with saying this breakout mode. And everyone was, yep, okay, all in, here's my money. So the antagonists have health, but when you knock the health off, it's not, oh, we win. It instead of removing threats, it adds to the KO counter, which I think is cool.
Yep.
There's a Superman antagonist. There's a Flash antagonist, which I think is pretty cool. And then, of course, the villains that you can see is Two-Face, that coin that they've always been talking about. You flip the coin and see what you get, right? He either drops a bomb in your location or punches. So, pretty interesting on what's going to happen with him. Of course, you're going to use the D2 for that. With Riddler, you have to solve his mystery before you can attack him, which I think is pretty cool. I don't. My worry about this one though is that the replayability will be low, because once you figure it out, you figured it out, right?
Yeah, I'm curious how they do that one.
Yeah. That's my concern. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, right? They might just say you have to find a hidden token like with Joker and be fine, and that'll add the replayability. I don't know, but that's my concern that comes in with this one. Penguin is Penguin, right? Where he's just trying to take you out. Probably different uses of umbrellas to attack you.
But you have to land on the letters in order. KRS 10 says.
KRS 10. but you have to
Yeah.
land on the letters in order. So there's the replayability. So you have to
Yeah,
figure
it's
it
not
out
just a
in the
riddle,
moment.
just a mechanic to go get letters. So that there you go. So it's
Ah,
replayable.
yeah,
That's
okay,
good.
okay. Yeah, that was my concern about it, but good to hear that they've solved it. And
Yep.
the question that was asked about Superman by ARJ Angel. Poison Ivy does get a Superman threat because she does mind control Superman. And this was from Hush. If you watch the Hush DCU animated movie, but she does mind control him, and he turns into a threat that can really hurt you. But there's two ways to solve this problem. You can hit him 8 times if you can roll with that, or Control Superman can also be defeated by a hero spending 3 heroics in this location in a single turn. So there's ways to get rid of him, but if you can't, it's gonna hurt.
Reminds me of is it MODOK that did that? No, no, it wasn't. It was Baron Zemo.
Trying to remember Zemo's one. I haven't played
Yeah,
that in a
because
long
all
time.
his henchmen had the same thing where you can fight them normally, or you can spend heroic actions, a
Okay.
certain number of them in one action to take him down.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's a cool mechanic. I do like that.
Yeah, so Poison Ivy does come with that. A lot of people were hoping that she would be dual mode because of the Harley Ivy, but even in the Harley Ivy series, she's not a anti-hero. She's a villain.
Yeah.
She stays a villain. Harley's the only one that goes hero, which makes sense. Which this painting, like the painted mini, is just incredible. Yeah, Killer Croc, where you gotta deal with him in the sewers. Scarecrow is all about fear and the fear toxin stuff that's going around. That um, the hero that clears this threat keeps it in front of them during their turn. They may remove it from the
So,
game to have each hero in the location discard a crisis token.
so our Django, his question was, can you use soups against Poison Ivy? Because you have two soups in the game, and I think mechanically, yes. Thematically, it's a little weird, but mechanically, I think yes.
Yeah. Full day tomorrow.
So,
Gotta hit the hay. I'll watch the rest tomorrow. All right, Jess. Take care. Take care. The only time Ivy goes Heroes Arkham Knight video game. Ah, gotcha. Yep, and Scarecrow's Fear Toxin, and then you've got the Bat people hunting you down, and they come with equipment. But you can play them as well as heroes, which I think is pretty cool.
mhm, for sure.
That they didn't give Damien his sword is kind of weird, but whatever. Okay. Value, good sir.
Well, didn't talk about my favorite character in the whole set,
Is that Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
Yeah.
So talk about him. Talk about him.
Right. No, I just wanted to have him represented. I love him as a character because he's evil, but he's got he's got a reason for his evilness, which I
Yeah.
like, a
Yeah.
good motivation. So, yeah, I was really happy to see him here, and then he's gonna freeze us, which I'm curious how it's gonna work. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Man Bat's in there too.
And then Man Bat as well. So with a total of yeah, and then the fugitives that'll be added, Joker and Harley will be added as fugitives that are in there. So she has 3 modes of play now.
Yep.
All right. So value. This is a $50 box. 8 villains.
I think the villains alone are going to make this value worth it, right? Because if you look at, for example, like Suicide Squad, was still 35. You know, that was an incredible value because it's the same price as most other sets. But you can use, actually, they're not alone villains, but still, you got a lot of villains there, and the villains add a lot of replayability to this game. And the fact you get 8 of them here, that says a lot. That's a lot of value.
Yeah, this started the hype.
Yeah.
This started getting the numbers up for Come On and things building up and them being very excited about the characters that were there. So this was pretty huge.
And I think the other thing that helps it is, I think all of I mean, not all of them, but I think a lot of the expansions coming up to this point, there were some characters you liked and some characters you just didn't know or didn't care for. But this one, I feel like it had characters everyone liked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that, not to mention like the value of like what you get in it, but the character selection in it. Yeah, this is an easy recommend.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Steven said, I wonder if you can use the villains as heroes easily with those decks. I think you
Villains
can.
as heroes. No, you cannot.
They're not heroes. You can only use the villains with those decks in breakout mode. And I thought that's what you were
Correct.
talking about. Like if they were easy to use in breakout mode. Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
But
it's very specific. They can be only be played in that mode. You
yeah.
cannot use them normally.
And if you notice, even on the cards themselves, if you can see their player cards, it's different.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It's still a great value.
Right.
But that was incredible. I wonder how many folks are getting base plus Arkham only. A lot, a lot, a lot.
Probably a lot, Dom.
uh,
Probably a lot.
didn't they mention they'll release it at a core as a core box that includes core tokens instead of the exclusives? I don't think so. It is not an exclusive, so they will release the box, but you won't get Joker, Harley, Mr. Freeze, or Man
Man Bat.
Bat.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll just get the other stuff. So it will release as to retail, but without the exclusives. So get them while they're hot. I've always been more of a fan of DC villains more than the heroes, so not surprising. Both both expansions, I'm going for our villain focus, Suicide Squad and Arkham. Yeah, fair.
Oh yeah, and retail be a core box. I can see that. I can see that for sure.
In retail, it will be a core box. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a whole new method of play. You just want to get this one box and just have everything you need.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
So then after that one, they dropped campaign decks. So I'm curious for season 3 to arrive so I can give my thoughts on campaign decks if they're worth it or not. I played the one that Rick Nichols created that he posted on Facebook, which that was his take on it. I haven't played this version, so I don't have an opinion honestly on these. There's two more. It looks like there's two more campaigns that are to be added that I don't know what it is yet to be revealed, so we'll see. But what are your thoughts on this from what you know so far?
I think the campaign play would be pretty cool. I think this is going to be a lower recommend, though, despite that, because as the team decks, you can play those without having all the characters per se, right? That's doable. The campaign decks, you really need to have most of the content to make them work. You can sub things in, but they may or may not work right. And so that's what's been communicated, and that's my hesitation around them. So for all in, yeah, easy get this. This will be fun. Add more options. But otherwise,
if you're not going all in, you might want to think about this one.
Correct. This would be one of the first ones to go if I wasn't going all in.
Okay. In the stream they did say Arkham was going to have the tokens and be a box. Yeah. Are there any details on the retail exclusive core box? I know that the retail box that will arrive before this one will be an Arkham one because it's Hush.
Right.
What's in it other than Hush, I don't know. So that has not been revealed yet. It'll probably be revealed close to next Gen Con. If we're thinking what that is.
That's how Mike's comment. The Dom campaign is free anyways. That's true.
That's true. And we enjoy it. Campaign decks will probably be nice for folks playing without a campaign map. I still can't shake the feeling of these that these should just be PDFs. Yeah, because they're just flip cards with story on them.
Yeah.
So it could just be a PDF.
Also, they're like extra large cards, so you need different sleeves for these.
Yeah, they're tarot. They're tarot size.
Yeah.
And we will be talking about Dom's campaign, so stick around. We will be talking about Dom's campaign for sure. That's why Dom's hanging out with us. So this is, unless you're going all in, think about it. This might not be the value for you.
Right.
Then we got today we got the next big box, which is for Green Lantern fans, or for the Lantern Corps fans, War of Light. This is a big one for me. Um, Chock full of lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of good stuff. So there are 3 heroes, 2 dual mode, and 4 villains in this. So if you're a fan of the Green Lantern stuff, the Green Lantern Corps, this is basically, it says War of Light. This is the Blackest Night expansion, basically. You get Kyle Rayner. Hal Jordan has finally decided to make an appearance. So Kyle Rayner is the White Lantern of Life. Hal Jordan, I actually was hoping Hal Jordan would be a dual mode one. But it is what it is. And Saint Walker, which is the Blue Lantern, and then you've got the Indigo and the Star Sapphires, and then we've got the villains that we've really wanted, which was Sinestro, Atrocitus, and Black Hand. Uh, Larfleeze is an interesting one because he's a thief. It's greed, so him stealing things from you is actually very interesting. But I'm amped for Sinestro, to be honest. That's the one that I'm really excited for. I'm glad he's in here. What are your thoughts?
No, this was a big one. Um, I I liked all the variety I'm seeing in here. I don't even want to skip to the biggest thing for me is at the very end though.
Yep, go into it. Go into
Um,
it.
so the Lantern Ring quest.
Yeah.
So this is the same Green Lantern quest thing, except cooler in my opinion. So because now you get these really
Here they are. Yeah.
because you have to do you have to do a mission like not the other one's just like any mission you get it cool that works, but this one's like oh rescue a bunch of civilians right or take out a bunch of thugs and you get a specific rank according to the
This was
what
the
you're
one.
doing.
This was the one where I was like rescuing civilians where I was talking before. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So and I don't know this sounds really cool. I really like this edition.
It's a nice addition to getting a different ring. Complete 2 missions on the same turn.
Yeah.
We've done that before, but just to get a white ring out of that, I think that's pretty cool. So it's a nice challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
Steve says challenge accepted.
No, love this one. So I would to me this is the big win because you can use it with any hero. You get a lot of modularity in there. The heroes themselves look really cool. The characters these are some really big characters if you know the Lantern Corps storyline. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this.
yeah. So I'm curious if they're going to add if one of the locations they've shown 4 locations, so I guess not. But there was a Green Lantern that's a planet, and a lot of people were wanting that one.
Oa?
Oh, no, that's Oa's the home planet of the Green Lantern Corps. There's actually a planet that is a Green Lantern.
Oh, okay. Is Oa in here? I'm assuming, right? Well, he
No,
might be the Green Lantern Corps box instead.
no, yeah, Oa's not in here.
Okay.
Mogo, yeah, everyone's writing Mogo. Mogo is
Okay.
the planet. So but it's yeah. I know a lot of people were saying they want that big old planet to be to be in the Green Lantern Corps box. And Black Hand actually comes with a hard mode of play, which is Steve Interest, right? Of Steve Interest. So
Yep.
you create zombie henchmen, basically. So it says take 1 random card from a hero that's not in play. That hero is considered a zombie henchman with health equal to 1 +1 for each symbol at the bottom of their card, and +1 if it's a special effect on it. Put that card face down as a threat, covering the end of turn effect of this location. So it's taking a card from you, turning it into a zombie, and then the special rules are all zombie henchmen have this BAM ability. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. If their card has a special effect, their damage is unpreventable. When a zombie henchman is brought back in play, they return with their starting health value. So
That's cool.
nice challenge for you, right?
Oh yeah.
Atrocitus is just more. It's rage. He's got a revenge track. If it fills up, you lose basically. And I think his name always rolls off the tongue. LaFleeze, his one is just stealing stuff from you Just
Yeah.
the greed of it. But yep, and then Sinestro is Sinestro, right? We all love Sinestro. Sinestro does have these new threat cards, which it's split in half, and it's two threats at the same. It's two villains tag teaming against you as threats.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I think that you can mix and match your threat card villains, a henchman, sorry, threat card henchman as you want to play them, which I think it's a nice change.
Hmm.
That's new. Bang for buck, my good sir. Uh,
Yes.
yes, this was $40. So
Yes.
most bang for buck. So those were the expansions. Okay, let's get to the stuff that may for some people be yay or nay or that type of stuff. So let's start off with the one big one, which is the playmat. So for me, the season 2 playmat is a game changer. I
Mhm.
love it. And it's I could you could stick with your season 1, season 2, or even season 3 playmat. They're all different, different designed, and season 3 is actually smaller, so it can fit on tables where they got rid of the card placement portion of it. So you can get that. For me, I like this. I like this for two reasons. One, it says DC Superheroes United, so there's no mix up whenever I'm playing Marvel or DC. And two, because of the alert effect that comes with villains, it's added now on the card for you to play. Other than that, I think it's pretty much the same as the other seasons. What are your thoughts on it?
I'll echo a little bit what you said. Coming from an approach of, are you new to United? You don't have a playmat. I'm a sucker for playmats and the neoprene stuff. Like that tends to be one of the earlier add-ons I do for games. Like my first one is extra set of dice, always get. Next one is playmats usually. So it's one of the things I tend to get.
Mm.
Now, I want to echo what you mentioned is the playmat being a game changer. It seems weird to say that, but the playmat helps a lot. It makes the game flow nice and easy. Like, of course, you don't need it to play the game,
Right.
but this is one of the add-ons I would recommend first.
Yeah. Yep.
I think you'd be very happy with it. It's large. It's a large playmat, but it's really nice. It's a
And
great one to add.
it's dining room table friendly, but not regular table friendly.
There you go. There you go.
So, but I like it. I think it's cool, and I just realized that this one has the bat symbol on it, which I'm all about. So it works out for me. And that's $40 for it, but it's neoprene. I'm a sucker for neoprene.
Yeah.
Plastic tokens. This I have a grievance with it.
Okay.
So there is the plastic tokens core, and the plastic tokens core comes with almost the exact same stuff that if you have the Marvel side stuff, you could just reuse it.
Yep.
Say for one thing, and that's the Joker token. That's it. The Joker token is on here. So that to me feels like, okay, well, I need to buy to get this one Joker token in acrylic. I need to buy 155 plastic tokens, which is crap. And then they offer, okay, well, if you have those, here are the extras for DC minus the Joker token. but they put this caveat down here that says it is important to note that this set does not include a plastic version of the Joker token. That's because the core box token shows a thug on its back, and so it needs to blend seamlessly with the other thug civilian tokens, which I think is crap. This is possible to do for the core plastic set. What they've decided to do is to say a workaround to this issue. We're including a sticker sheet in this set containing 4 Joker stickers, so you can stick one of them to one of your existing thug civilian tokens. This way, the thug side will be indistinguishable. I think this is crap. I'm sorry. I think this is crap. You're telling me that you can't print off You have the stencil. You can't print off a Joker token and put it into this set.
I yeah, I'm with you. I think the reasoning for this is forward thinking. Forward thinking in the sense that if they were to put the Joker token with the extras, right, and they print it off in the future, the problem is when you go to do that for another print run, the colors won't exactly match. And so by forcing it with the thugs and civilian tokens already, you know they're going to match with that iteration of what you have.
You're telling
Because
me
for example, like if I bought my plastic tokens and then Derek buys plastic tokens as well, but maybe a year or two later, they might not match. You might be able to tell them apart. It's not always guaranteed, but that is a possibility. So I think that's why they did it.
it's thin. That's thin, Steve. That's
But
thin.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's a thin. That reason is very thin. To me, like they can still do the run and get those token sets off, or create a stamp of a set of tokens because they don't make one at a time. They build in bulk.
Yep.
So why can't they bulk make a stencil for the Joker token, and that's it, and it's the same color all the time?
That's not true necessarily. The colors can vary, but I would argue that the variance in color would make a difference. Like even if it was a little bit off, unless you're really looking for it, you're not going to notice. In
And
most
yeah,
cases.
yeah.
So
I think the thing of, okay, well, now I have to buy 155 tokens for one token, or I can just get a sticker is crap. I'm just gonna call it. I know. Please disagree with me, and feel free to be like, yeah, that's fine. But it's just one token. But it is what it is. Here, so this is where we get into the minutia of things, right?
mhm.
If you don't own any of Marvel United, and you have and you're picking up DC United, do you feel that these plastic token core ones are a good buy?
I almost didn't buy the plastic tokens.
Mm-hmm.
I bought them initially due to Colin from Meet Me at the Table. He was like, "Oh man," I just asked him, "Hey, are you getting these add-ons?" He's like, "Yes, these are the first ones I'm getting." I'm like, "Really? Why?" Like, the quality's amazing. I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever. I'll trust you on this one." And yeah, I was blown away. The quality of these tokens are excellent. I love them. I use them all the time. So it's very much extra for sure, but I really like them a lot. Now, yeah, I have the same qualm with the Joker token for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna buy 155 more tokens just to get one.
Now, part of me is like, I kind of want more of those tokens anyway because there are times where I kind of run out. So
Mm.
cool, that solves that problem. But it's not. I don't know.
It,
I'm justifying something that I shouldn't need to justify.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's like you're like you see why they did it, but it's still crappy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I get why they're doing it because the color matching stuff. I understand it, but I would have made the call like whatever. There's gonna be small discrepancies in colors. This happens all the time in games. It's
Mm.
unless you're looking for it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't just let it go. So
So this is something for you to consider. Know that you will get a sticker that you can adhere to one of your to one of your thug tokens to make the Joker token. If you are okay with that, right? If you're okay with that, we that is your prerogative. We will never judge you for that. Just know that saves you $30. If you do that, then you can adhere the sticker, save yourself $30 and a bunch of tokens that you're probably not going to use because you got the Marvel core set.
that was it. Was I had an interesting conversation about that with Colin actually because as much as I liked the Joker mechanically in the core set, I found that Joker token a bit of annoyance and fiddly in that sense. Like I kind of wish it was a little bit different. It's cool, but like I have to keep track of that one token, and then and there's a lot of thugs and civilian tokens, and I have to keep track of that one that matches on one side but not the other. Like it just, I don't know.
No, there's no judgment here at this on this table. Everybody's
Oh.
entitled to their own opinion. So yeah, no, I smack hands for judgment. No judgment.
Except for when it comes to pets, apparently.
Well, then I'm getting judged for it. That's okay.
Yeah, Matthias, the Joker token is a bit tedious. I
Yeah.
agree with that. Like mechanically, I love it. Really cool concept, but like execution wise, from a user experience side, it is a bit of annoyance.
They could have done
And
something different that portrayed the same mechanic potentially.
right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So, but I don't know.
Yeah. And Dom's right. Well, you could play with cardboard tokens if you want to play with the Joker.
It's true.
Then you could save yourself $45. So
True.
that is truth. All right, this was the one that I gave Steve props for earlier. Is cardboard locations. For me, I at the time, and of course, Stephen, you brought this to light, and I was like, dang it, I didn't think about that. For me, I was like, I don't need the cardboard locations. I could just get the core set and use that. There's no big deal to me. And Steve was like, well, you're missing a big point here. You get every location for this, right? This is a big value because you can buy the core box and this, and you have every location in the game. I was like, dang it, he's right. So this is a good value if you are not buying everything. If you're not all in, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like it's value if you're not getting everything, and it is also value if you're getting everything, right? And like in the middle, it kind of gets weird where like it kind of is, it kind of isn't. So,
yeah, I like I don't want the cardboard locations. I like when I go over to your house for Game of Palooza and you break them out because they are really nice quality. But this is not something that I'm going for this. This has 6 support tokens. I missed that. What is that for? Plus 6
support tokens.
6 support tokens.
So the support characters?
I don't know. This pack also contains 6 support tokens to help keep the threat cards level. Oh, it's the supports for the they use the yeah. It's what comes with it. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
But yeah, options for you, $30. Then there's the cardboard villain dashboards. This does not have the same value because if you get the core box, and then you buy this, you're gonna have all these villain dashboards and no cards. So unless you're going all in, this is not a good value for you.
Correct.
So I would.
This is probably the last thing I would get. Honestly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Well, pets first, pets last,
No.
then this one. Pets last, then this one. And then they introduced something interesting new, which was the painting compendium. So if you are an aspiring mini painter and you want to paint your minis, there's a step-by-step guide with colors, the paints that they use, and everything, and application of how to put it on the mini, for you to paint your mini to make it look like their amazing work. So, how do you feel about this?
As a non-painter, this actually intrigues me quite a bit because, like, my skills in painting are not there, and like I get overwhelmed with the concept of it. But like, this is a step-by-step, very clear. See all the angles. If it falls through the way in my head it's going, like step-by-step painting by numbers, basically type of thing, I could do this. I would like this. So.
Yeah, so let me run through stuff. Most iconic Batman villains charge $45 for his token. That's fair. I love cardboard locations. They give a board game feel. They give a board game feel to the game. Okay. Do we know if the rounded corners are staying, or was that just for the prototype?
Prototype.
That was just for the prototype. Okay.
Prototype. Yeah.
I do not.
Nearly positive on that, not confirmed, but nearly positive.
Well, I know that season 1 and 2 were not rounded. I do not usually upgrade tokens. I save the money for neoprene mats, and I agree with you on that. I have 3 S1 cardboard, and will probably never use them. So Tim says, I was reading that painting compendium. It also teaches you how to paint.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting. Sucker for yeah, their artwork is just great. This is huge. So, ARJ Angel, I agree with you too. I'm surprised they haven't, but to have a painting guide for the Marvel series as well would probably net them a lot more money because I think I would probably pick that up. I'm thinking on this one. I don't know. It's cool that Kamon recognizes the model painting hobby. Yep. Yeah.
The one thing to keep in mind, this is not all the characters, so that's a
Oh,
big
that's good to know. That's good
yeah.
to know.
So that's a big catch for people. Like I'm assuming they have the core sets in there and and a good representation of them, but not all of them. So
120 pages filled with everything you need to know about painting DC Heroes United figures. Unveiled the Ultimate Guide. Created by Big Child Creative, the studio responsible for not only
how many
sculpting and painting.
I think I can do.
Big Child works in the. The painting companion is meant for both beginners and seasoned painters alike, with tutorials for every skill level. The book will feature an extensive photo gallery of all miniatures
Oh, never
painted
mind, I
for
was
this
wrong.
campaign. Nope, everybody's in there.
Yeah, I was wrong. There's
Yeah,
a vast majority of minis in the game, though not all of them. Okay,
yeah.
so
While it
yeah,
features some characters' lore, this is done just for a few characters. So the lore is few and far between.
got
But yeah, you get all of them. Not
okay, never
bad.
mind.
And
Cool.
I know y'all can't see this at the bottom because I've scrolled to the bottom, but let me read this out to you. QR codes will give readers access to treasure trove of videos by Big Child Creative, a mix of public insight and private guides to enrich their painting journey with continuous updates to support and inspire. So they're teaching you the basic level. There are videos that are going, and then they have an intermediate level to help you get through it too, which I'm really thinking about this. This isn't bad. This isn't bad.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. That's very. Hopefully they'll do one for Marvel and make a ton more money. And then if you didn't back this, you know this was a free thing. If you were I think a first 48-hour backer, you got it for free. Otherwise, a D2 will do you just fine. You don't need it. I'm just gonna save yourself $5 and get yourself a D2, which is or a regular coin that you can flip heads or tails that will do the exact same thing.
Yeah, there's a coin flipping in Leviathan Wilds, and there's a cardboard token, and then the wooden token. I will say, flipping a cardboard token like a coin doesn't really work for me. I don't know why it is.
It just feels weird.
It's not heavy enough
Yeah,
to like do the rotations. Like a D2 works fine. A normal coin works totally fine as well, right?
yeah,
Like, hey, just taking the regular coin, you can scratch up beside, you're good to go.
yeah.
So, so I get it, but
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
but what you can do is you can take the cut. You can save yourself $5. Take the cardboard coin, put it in in a coin capsule, and flip it. Right?
that would be easier, yeah, because
Save
it
yourself
needs the
$5.
weight. It
Yeah,
needs weight. I just want to point that out to people. Like, if you're expecting to flip the cardboard token, it's gonna be a little difficult without that weight. So as
yeah.
long as you have something to represent that weight, you should be okay.
So my huge thing on that is if this not is not part of your early day back, do not get this because you can use the cardboard token, throw it in a coin capsule, and be done. Right? Save your money. Save your $5 for the next thing the main thing that we're going to talk about, which is the Conquer Pledge. So the Conquer Pledge is the all in. Let me see if I can find my update with that one. Nope, that's Dead Man. But it should be the next thing after that. The patrol thing, those are con exclusives. Did they not put a whole thing for the all in, or did they put it with
The
the
very top.
did I miss
Oh,
it?
there's no update for it. It's just on the main page.
Yeah, I know it's on the main page. I thought they did an update for it. Okay.
I don't think there's an update for
All
it.
right, biscuits. Let's do this. All right, let's go to the Conquer Pledge. So the Conquer Pledge is all gameplay content, not all stuff. All gameplay content. This is an important distinction. As you can see, my price on this side is $469. Yet the Conquer Pledge is $385. So what you're getting in here is all of the gameplay content. So that is Core Box, Teen Titans, War for Light, Arkham, Suicide Squad, Justice Society, Metropolis Gotham, Sidekicks, campaign decks, team decks, Green Lantern Corps, and all the exclusives that come with those, and the SGs, and the thing I'm happy about that kind of made everyone go all in was Starro. So, um, for people who don't know who Starro is, in the second Suicide Squad movie, he was in it. That's as far as I'll go without spoiling the show for you. He was in it, and oh boy was he. So, I think this is a really cool villain. I think the mind control cards are very cool, which means he throws a star on a hero's face and makes the hero do stuff, which I think is fantastic. And this is a beefy mini. This is like, I don't think he's the size of Galactus, but he's pretty big.
Is he like Fing Fing Foom size, or is he like Sentinel size?
I think he might be Sentinel size, but he's beefy. It's like
Yeah.
where the Sentinels were just kind of structured. This thing is like you're probably gonna need two hands to hold it up. So this definitely solidified with Arkham, solidified all in for me when I saw Starro, and then they added in the Batmobile for you to have and use. So I didn't read too much into the Batmobile. I don't know if you did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about it.
Gives you an extra movement, basically, and it'll travel with you. So if you're on a space with Batmobile, you can get a move and move with it, and get out, basically. And it can also flip to, I don't know what the flipping side does. So it's like an equipment with a mini.
Okay.
So.
But you get a Batmobile figure, a Batmobile mini that gets to drive around the board. I think that's a little much to have a mini for the Batmobile. Token would have been fine, but whatever. It's a mini. So this is a nice addition for people to make use of. It looks gorgeous painted, to be honest. All of it does. But if you can see here on Starro, like the back of him has those little sucker things on it with the big gross mouth, and then the eyeball that's there just kind of staring at you. But yep, he has a mind control deck that will make your life miserable. Hey, ID Jester, how's it going? I'm not a fan of locking even more exclusives behind All In. It feels predatory. I wish Starro was an add-on instead. I agree. But that is Kamon's MO, which we'll get to that in a second. But that's Kamon's MO. The Green Lantern War update was the All In update. It's somewhere at the bottom of that. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Don't get the plastic. No, that's funny. I was so excited for Starro only to see the $400 paywall to get Starro. Yeah. I can see the value in Core Titans plus Stretch. The all-in is a tough sell for me. And that's fair. Sergio says I can see him going for 100 by himself in the aftermarket. Yes, because that's what Cthulhu did, and he'll probably go around the same that same line. But yep, I agree as well. This is where we get to that part where it's kind of the decisions that you need to make, right? We can't make that decision for you. We won't make that decision for you. It's just more we want to. This is next one. We want to just inform you of what's value, what we think, right? It's not what's value, what we think is value, and see if that aligns with something that you would be interested in. So far, all the Arkham stuff and Suicide and Gotham stuff are high value. If you are into that stuff, right? If you're not, you like Superman stuff, you've got the Metropolis box, which comes with the sport characters. If you like Green Lantern, you got 2 boxes that you can pick from. And the Justice Society box if you're interested in any of those characters. Otherwise, you can get them aftermarket individually. I don't know. You have any items?
Not that we've already discussed. There is one thing in the stretch goal that really excites me, though. I can highlight.
Yeah, what you got?
And that's the Patrol Knight module.
Yeah, let me get that up. There you go. Okay, talk about it.
So I had a lot of fun with Apocalypse, how you worked in X-Men United, because you played a game beforehand, and then depending on how you did in that game, it affected the boss battle against Apocalypse himself, which is really cool. This does the same thing, but for any villain, as far as I understand it. And so you're going to play a game where it is just you run around the city taking care of thugs and civilians and some generic type of threats. And depending on how well you do in that, you can start the actual boss battle with some extra tokens. Or if you did
Oh.
bad, you can have less cards in the master plan deck. So you have less turns overall to win. So I thought this was really cool. I thought it added a lot of replayability and have a little bit of a short campaign for and like I'm a big fan of modularity stuff. So if I could take something and plug it in anywhere, cool. And I
Yeah.
believe there's no reason you can't play this with like Marvel stuff. So
I think that is cool. It's kind of like a prelude to the boss
yep,
encounter. That's
yep,
cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, and it's a stretch goal, so great value. It's
right,
not anything extra you need to pay, which is
correct.
great. Thank you, Derek and Steve. This was very informative. I must go to bed. All right, Brian, take care. Take care.
There, Brian.
Morg Knight, I'm sticking the core and the two Batman expansions, maybe the Teams decks. I'm not excited about anything else, and it's not worth the financial and space cost for me. I'm really working on backing less, and I think you're getting good value with that. You've got the stretch goal box, you've got the two big Arkham expansions that are in there, and the team decks that'll lay out the game pretty well for you. I think that's a good back. I mean, that's great. Yeah, that's a smart move. What is your preferred way to play this game, multiplayer or solo? I've only played this system solo, and I thought it was fun. I I play solo, and I'll say solo quote unquote, but I play with three characters. I think three characters is the perfect number for that game for it to be great. But you can play with two, and there is the solo deck, the commander, I think it's what it's called, deck that you can play with. So you can play one hero and just play around with that one hero. I have not tried out commander yet. Steve, I think you said you did.
Yep, I played a few times.
What was
So
your experience with it?
it feels very different. There's a lot more combo potential and strategy that goes into the commander play than normal United plays.
Mm.
And it has a nice difficulty modifier as well, how you execute that. Uh, my hesitation though is that it doesn't work in all situations, like because the game is really centered around multiple players. It's
Mm.
really a co-op game.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if you play like Derek suggests, where you multi-hand two or three characters, it'll work no matter what you're doing. Commander mode, as cool as it is, it may not work in all situations.
Yeah.
So
So hopefully that answers that. Let's see. Patrol the Night's going to be cool with characters like Spider-Man or Daredevil. I agree. I agree. And how they have it laid out, it's not DC specific. It can work anywhere. It's just a city. It's just a picture of a
right,
city.
that's right.
What Steven said. Talia and Roz do something similar as well too. Oh, okay. Patrol the Night plus Bat Signal challenge. Steve accepts this challenge.
I gladly accept that challenge.
The stretch goal is crazy amount of content, especially when compared to actual boxes. I could come on lots of grief, but their SGs are deep in this one. More or less. This is where I do the there.
The value's there. I think it is.
I think
For
I think
$30?
I think the value is there for Patrol Knight. I am just curious as to the other stuff that it's adding, right? More characters, cool. More like when they do the Suicide Squads. I think this is Sinister Six method, the Suicide Squad methodology, where you can have modular Suicide Squad is cool, and you're just adding villains that way. The ally behavior card. Have you read up on this one?
Yeah. Me.
It's
I don't care.
well,
So what it is if you were to play solo with dual handing the game,
mhm.
you can play with the allied behavior cards, and what that's going to do is it's going to force your other hand, your right hand, or whatever how you want to interpret that, to play inefficiently. So because you don't have perfect information, and so
Oh, okay.
it's taking that ability to play, an efficient game to throw a little bit of monkey wrench in there to make the play more interesting.
Okay. Okay.
I don't care.
I
So
think there's a lot of value in the SG box. I'm not gonna my meh is not because there's not value. I think what people were feeling in the early SGs, and there's this complications challenge that I think Steve likes too.
mhm.
But the one of the things that I think a lot of people were feeling was that um okay, we got the Wonder Twins. Okay, we got old school Blue Beetle. Okay, we got Mira. All right, we got Jonah Hex. Ocean Master. Bleh.
But you get Martian Manhunter
You
and
do
Vixen,
you do get
Parasite,
Martian Manhunter and Vixen.
Hawkgirl,
Yeah.
Wangul. So like, I think there's some really good ones in there too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So I think,
I even like Etrigan because that does Justice League Dark, right? You
yeah,
and Constantine's been added, so you do have the
yep,
just and Zatanna, so you do have Justice League Dark characters in here, right?
yep.
So the value is there. I think I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I'll just say that I don't know what I was expecting. It just felt odd, and that's probably what I could go with it. Um, but I do like it. I will take it. I'm not gonna argue about it.
I mean, I'm really hating on Bizarro though. So
Oh, let me go to him.
yeah,
What's got you hating on him?
because I hate Bizarro. He's a cool character. So
Oh, gotcha,
yeah, I'm doing
gotcha.
that for you. No, what I'm hating on him is I like him a lot
Oh,
because
gotcha,
he's
gotcha.
backwards. So so I
There's
like I like game. So there's some really cool. I think there's gonna be some really awesome character design mechanics in this box. This,
I agree.
independent of the characters, I think it's gonna be some really cool
But
mechanics.
the
So
mechanics are going to be cool. Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
the Task Force X one is pretty cool too. So a four villain mode, for you to fight four villains
yeah.
instead of the six, which is also very cool. So all in that stretch goals are great. They're free as long as no matter what level you back, you're going to get a ton. You're going to get 56 pounds of content for yourself, right? So I think that's going to be good. Core Suicide Squad and Arkham for me might add team decks. If enough of them work in a box, Batman United is great. So everyone looks to be going towards that route. There's another 24 heroes and 20 villains, as far as I know, plus the other extras, unless I'm missing something. Yeah. We will. How well did they balance the heroes in the prior games? Are some your go-to heroes? Yes. I cannot kill Cloak and Dagger. I've tried multiple times, and they are the goat.
There are definitely hero classes in the game where you've got your S class heroes and your A, B, and C, right? So there's different power levels in there. Um, the weird thing about United though is it's hard to judge those because it could also impact your seating order a lot.
Yeah,
Like if I
yeah.
have the right character before the right hero, it can make a huge difference. Um, who's the one that? Oh, that's right. Cable from X-Men has very little movement. Awesome cards over, very little movement. So if you pair him with someone who has a lot of movement up front, like Falcon, like it plays really really nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So,
um, it's hard to say when you talk about like lower end heroes, like that balance of seating order makes a big difference.
it's also more about preference.
Hmm?
To be honest, like if they said that it was Jupiter Girl instead of some other character with a name that you don't know and none of that was Marvel, I think you would still like the characters in the core box just as much, if not more.
Sure.
So I think it's just preference in naming. Um, but here's the important question: how do you pronounce Mr. Mixelplidic? I think is how they said it. They've said it three different ways on three different
What's it?
shows. Yeah, they said it three different ways on three different shows. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a hard one to say.
Yeah,
Just call him Mixie.
yeah.
So
No Jay Garrick. Yeah, Jay Garrick's Flash. They haven't done a lot of Flash stuff other than Eobard or Reverse Flash. They haven't done Black Flash, Savitar, any of the
Kid
Flash
Flash.
villains. Yeah, Kid
Yeah.
Flash. None of that. No Green Arrow yet, bums me out. That's gonna so I guess Green Arrow is now the Nightcrawler of this season, which
He's the
means
Nightcrawler.
he will be
Yep.
the last that they'll do. Which I don't know why they do that. That's silly. Yeah, I wonder if Green Arrow will be in a retail box. No, he'll be in SG. So many
Or
great,
season 2, probably BJ.
or season two.
Yep.
So many great characters in the stretch goal: Girl Grodd, Black Manta, Solomon Grundy. Correct. Yes, I agree. I agree.
Okay, by the way, I give Simon props for making announcing Salmon Grande on a Monday. Yes! Well done. Well done.
Some classic Super Friend villains there. We got to get Green Arrow, no Black Canary references, Arrow characters. Yeah, well, I think it will either be the final SG or it'll be in season 2. And there's so much stuff they'll have a season 2.
They have a
Uh,
lot for season 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for, especially since Black Canary descriptions. Yep. I can't even imagine playing specific heroes for tier level. I always play thematically myself. No, I mix and match, and because of Dom's map, which we're going to talk about in a second, um, thematically you get you get to play around with that a little bit, and it's okay when you do. Mix, yes, but yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try that. Flashpoint season 2, I can see that happening. I can see that happening. Then we get condiment and fall off arm. I know. I know. Gotta hold off on most asks for characters for the hype. It was Constantine. Wait, it's why Constantine was only just released. Season 2, DC United, then Star Wars United. Let it go, VJ. They're not gonna do a Star Wars United. Actually, I'm not gonna say never. Come on, likes money. Come on, likes money. Gotta make up your thematic stories in in your mind a bit. Yep, I agree with that. Okay, so in terms of just me, really quick, what did I back? I got the Conqueror Pledge. I was first day backer, so I got the free coin. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. I got to play Matt because why not? I did get the core plastic tokens, which because I'm a purist, the sticker would just make me sad. And I got the extras. So this is what I got, which came out to that amount. So I went all in. I went all in on it. I'm not sure. Steve is. I'm sure you and Kim are still thinking about it. I don't know if you're ready
Yeah.
to make
We're
a
still thinking about it.
decision. Yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely backing it for some of it at least. We're just not sure how much of it.
Yeah. You will get something, just not sure what.
Right. Right.
Okay, so let's talk about season 3 real quick. Let me pull that up here. I just got to get my Dom notes. Dom wrote me some notes. I got to go to my Dom notes because he's part of the Cool Kids Club. Here it is. Okay, so everyone who's excited for Dom's map of season 3, it is coming. It is coming, and it will include the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles section on it as well because it's a multiverse hop, so that's going to be included on it also. Dom says that he is hoping to get the map done and released in September. So that gives enough time for a lot of people to get their pledges. For instance, Steve and I haven't gotten ours yet, and I don't think we're going to get it until after Gen Con, if that. Right? Like for instance, we might be end of August.
It'd be end of August for sure.
Like at the end of August for us to get ours, which leads into September and Dom releasing his map. For people who don't know, Dom created a massive, beautiful, well architected map for you to play through season 1 and season 2, no matter what you have of Marvel United. So if you only have the core box, there's a path for you to follow, and you're done. If you have the core box plus some expansions, there's a path for you to follow, and you're done. Or if you have everything, you can walk the entire map. Kim, Steve, and I walked the entire map. We played for over a year, I think it was.
Something like that. Yeah, nearly 100 videos.
Yeah. We did
on
a
just the crossover campaign.
yeah. So we
I
did
think. Yeah.
we started the video. We did the crossover campaign, and every week we swapped between, but we both played on the map and moved ourselves forward. And whenever we came to a big fight, it would be at a Game of Palooza, which kind of I think that started Game of Palooza.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So where we went through and we did the whole thing. No, I did not, and I never will.
We didn't like. Yes, we didn't
Uh,
like Porter. Yeah.
we unlocked him, but I think didn't we call him? I can't remember because there was one where we could, if we lost the character, we could KO a character. We can send the character to get him back, and
That's
we
right. We got a character we wanted back and get rid of him instead. So
exactly. So we did unlock him. We just ditched him.
he just never saw play.
But the plan and that Dom's map is available. If you go to those videos, it's in the description, in every description for his video, but it's also on the Board Game Geek site. It is on the Marvel Fanatics Discord channel. It is everywhere you want to be. That you can find that map fairly easily for free. You can print it out however you want and use it the way that you want to do it. What Dom has kindly done is he's created the Season 3 multiverse map, which is an add-on to that map, making it bigger. With that sense, Kim, Steve, and I are going to play through it all again from scratch. So we're going to go through that entire map, hopping across the multiverse, playing Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3 characters as we play through his wonderful map so you can see how it shapes out. He's released some sneak peeks of the map that are on there, and it is gorgeous. It is beautiful. A lot of really great hard work went into getting these things set up. He says that a couple preview things: portals connect smaller regions of the map, each the size of a normal sheet of paper, but you'll need a resource to unlock more portals. You won't have access to heroes from the Season 1, Season 2 map in those portals at first, but something on the map will let you bring over a Season 1, Season 2 hero at a time. Locations will be involved in special challenges that are attached to a villain for going forward now. So before we were kind of randomizing locations or unlocking locations. Now locations are locked until you face the villain and beat him, and then it unlocks the location for you to add. Dom he is doing a map for DC Superheroes United, but he has a is it a GoFundMe, right? A GoFundMe?
I think so.
I think it's a
Yeah,
GoFundMe.
I think it's GoFundMe.
Yes, it is. He has a GoFundMe for making that map. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of his time. He's got family, he's got work, he's got a ton of stuff to do. So the GoFundMe just kind of subsidized that that he can make this map. A lot of people have donated. He's made some good progress, but donations always help, right? Support the creator. And so let's see, let me see if I can post this link to the GoFundMe in here right now. Let me see.
And
Yep.
VJ Morph's in the chat asking, he doesn't know what you're talking about when it comes to the map. So,
Oh,
do you
sorry.
have a picture of it by chance?
Man, do I? Let's see. Which one, the old one or the new one?
Old one's fine.
Okay, let's go to the old one.
Just to give VJ an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah, because I can say map all day long and you won't know what I'm talking about. BGG, Marvel United. Actually, I could probably just go to my YouTube page and get it.
Yeah, if you on any of those videos, you get the link.
No,
so.
I like ice skating uphill, Steve. Let's see. I just told them to go to my page to see it, and you know what I don't do? Go to my page to see it. All right, so cool. I'm smart. I'm smart. All right, here it is. Boom, bam. So that's Dom and his icon there. Here's a PNG of, let's see, I think anyone will do, right? Let's do the latest, which is March 31st. And we'll open that. Nope, that is the wrong one. Dom, did you do 2? He did. It's not linking to the proper one. It's going to his old one. Yeah, this is his old one. Let me find the next video. Because I had it linked to his new one. Let's go further out into the future a little bit. Hey, there's Kim and Steve. Yeah, it's all going to his old one. The foot? I can't see the chat if somebody's saying. So.
Nope. No, nothing says. Don't say anything. You're good.
Where is his new? You know what? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Got it. There it is. Bam. There it is. So.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept and really well executed. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we'll pop.
Big recommend.
So this is the map. This is his map of the original that is here. You start at the Adventures one if you have Season 1 core box, which is here, or if you have Season 2 core box, you start here at the X-Men one, and then you just follow the pathing and unlocking all the characters that are built out here. So I could zoom in, because each one of these is a page, so you can actually print them out in page squares and put them together, but each one of these is a page. And just for example's sake here, you start off, if it's the X-Men core box that you have, you start off with these, but with your first one with Jean, you get a mental token. You can use that mental token for instance, let's see, to unlock this path here using that mental token, which then could take you to, if you have a key, you can unlock and go to Juggernaut or Kitty Pryde. Or you gain this if you beat the first villain that you fight is a Juggernaut. If you beat the Juggernaut, you gain 2 keys. You could then use those 2 keys here if you want, or you can use 1 key to unlock Storm, another key to unlock Dazzler. So you can basically, beating villains gives you the ability to unlock more locations, and some of these villains come with challenges. If you want to beat Magneto, and to gain Magneto, you need to beat Magneto with Sentinel 3. There is the challenge where to beat Sabretooth, there's the challenge to remove single wiles, Plan B for Mastermind. There's so much. And then this one's interesting. Whenever you come over to do... I think this was our... No, this wasn't our finale. This was our second finale. So in this one, you have to get 5 Mcron crystals to unlock the Phoenix Force. To get those Mcron crystals, you gotta beat Nimrod. You've gotta move over on this side of the map to beat Emma Frost. You have to beat Mr. Sinister to get, but once you have all 5, you can then fight the Phoenix 5. Our finale was collecting all of the Infinity Stones, so we could take on, where is he? Thanos.
On middle, yep.
Yeah, Thanos. And once we took him on, once we unlocked all the Infinity Stones, we were able to unlock him and fight him. And that was our finale for this campaign when we beat it all. So this was, I mean, look at the detail and the work that went into this. This map is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It's easy to read, to follow, and you'll just, I've seen a lot of people just kind of print these. This map is 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 pages. 12 regular size pages that you print out. I've seen people print out those 12 pages, tape them all together, laminate it, and stick it on their wall, and then they just start marking off as they start playing the game. So, Dom, great job on this playthrough. This stuff is fun to play. But now with and there is a black and white version if you want to save ink, for sure. Now, he is going to add Season 3 to this map, making it even bigger, and Kim, Steve, and I are going to play it.
You know it.
We're going to start over and just hit the ground running and just start playing, going through all of it again, playing through all of it again, and having a good time doing it live on the channel. So, but the GoFundMe that he has is for him to make the DC Superheroes United map for this game. So support the creator. any little bit helps to just kind of get him that funding to continue his marvelous work. So it's a great playthrough. I don't know, Steve, you want to add anything to that?
No, I had a blast with it. I'm a big user experience person. Like
Mm,
I'm always looking for a good UX and that's approach, and that's a complex thing to communicate. Like big old campaign, and the way Dom laid it out, he just nailed it. Like it's easy to read, easy to follow, very clean. Yeah, it's a winner.
yeah. I will be ecstatic if Don puts any of my homebrews in his campaign. If he does that, that'll touch my heart. But that is not a requirement. That's not a requirement. Do not let that slow you down from the September release.
uh,
I want to play that.
Tim's got a question. So are the gem keys and other things available to print, or you can track them with tokens? You could just mark them off on the map. Honestly, that's the way to do it. In fact, that's what we did virtually. We would drop X's on the map and circle other things. So we did it virtually, but
Well, we had a whole thing. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna show you the Kim and Steve video. Let's see. Did you go to the map on this one?
I think most of them we went to the map on. Yeah, not sure
Yes.
it's the first one, but I think
So if you can
definitely later
see,
ones.
yeah. So if you can see here, we were marking off digitally. Steve created put the map on a sheet. We can mark off digitally what's there, and we had our unlock board, which was so over here we kept track of the tokens that we had in unlock Zamcron crystals. We had cooldowns for heroes because I don't think that's part of Dom's set. We added in the cooldown.
Yeah, as a
Um,
house rule for us.
so
Yeah.
it was a house rule for cooldown, so we don't keep using the same hero over and over and over again.
hmm
Once you use a hero, they're on cooldown for so
2 games, and then they come back, I believe.
yeah, because I can't use that character twice.
Right.
Like I would play with the character. Steve can't play with the character. I can't play with the character, and then it'll come off cooldown.
That's correct.
So yes. So we added the cooldown, which was the away, and then if any characters were defeated, they were removed from the campaign, which is campaign rules. So
Yep.
we Steve and Kim lost Iron Man. So Dom says the new multiverse map makes it easy. I will. Oh, don't
Oh, cool.
touch my heart like that, man. I'll make the rules official now. Yeah. Oh, so he's gonna release the rule set now for reading,
The
Steve.
cooldown he's saying. That's cool.
Oh, for the cooldown. Okay.
Yeah.
I
The
feel.
Modok Massacre. We don't talk about it, Chris. Nope, never happened. Don't know.
Boy. Yeah. So as we unlock heroes, they come over to the helicarrier.
Yeah.
We kept track of points too because you actually get a score that goes on it. But cooldown for heroes, we homebrewed the cooldown, and then we did the KOs for whenever they're lost. So we're looking forward to as soon as we should be getting our pledge. Like I said, I think East Coast is slated for close to end of August, beginning of September for us to get it.
Yep.
Plenty of time for Dom to, if he releases this in September, then I don't know. Steve and and Kim need to talk about it, but we're probably going to start it very early, but we need to talk about it in the line. So we're not going to make any promises on when, but we will start and continue with this campaign.
It's gonna be a thing for sure.
Yeah. That's all I've got. I don't think I've missed anything. Hopefully this Steve, do you have do you have anything? Did I miss anything?
No. No, not that we covered a lot of ground, so
Yeah.
the only thing is for the DC United side, it sounds, I mean, there's a lot of content left. So I know you mentioned this before, but I wouldn't be surprised if they drop a hint for a season 2 at the end of this campaign. So we'll see.
Okay. Okay. So Chris asked about Agatha Harkness and the con exclusive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
did talk about those.
Yeah,
So the good news is, I'm really, really happy the Simon finally did this. But they've released Juggernaut, Deadpool,
Mr.
Mr.
Sinister.
Sinister,
Mm-hmm.
Grey Hulk. I think those are the other ones. But they were all con exclusive, so you had to go to San Diego Comic Con or Gen Con to get these, and they basically weren't available unless you paid scalper prices. I'm very happy that they created a Witching Hour box, which includes all those promos, so you can finally get them all, and miniatures that come with them because they didn't come with miniatures
Right. Right.
earlier. So, and they're selling that direct from their website, which is a big win because, like, cool, you get it free to go to the convention, but like some people just can't afford it, they can't make it. There's a lots of reasons why you want to be able to
Yeah.
go, and it feels bad to miss out on that. So,
Yeah.
having that as an option is a big win. Now, that Witching Hour set doesn't have everything. FYI, there is a symbiote promo
Yes.
that is also being released at I think the Gen Con promo this year.
Yep. Yep. That's the Gen Con promo.
And so that is not part of that set. So I don't know why they didn't throw it in there or what the reason was, but um, I think if you have everything but that, you're probably pretty happy. So
Yeah, and on top of that, that Witching Hour one comes with 2 new villains,
that's right.
which is Scarlet Witch as a villain by herself, because
Mhm.
otherwise you can only play her as a villain with Quicksilver, and Agatha Harkness, who is
Mhm.
going to I think she's a dual mode, I believe.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, so Agatha Harkness, who will be a villain as well as a potential playable character for you to get. Steve and I will be in the line to pick up that box. I've been given a request to pick up that box, the gold DC heroes. I don't want them there for someone else. I do not want them. And Godzilla, if any are available for me to pick up.
Yep.
So I've been given the request for that. I will try my very best to try to get a secondary set of any of that stuff so that I can give it away for free because scalpers are stupid.
Yep.
So, and that's
It's
my,
really hard. We try, but
yeah,
it's really hard to get. So.
we try. So if we can, we will get secondary sets of that stuff, and then and then it's a giveaway. Have at it, enjoy it. You just because you can't make the con doesn't mean you should be punished. Then that's the whole purpose of it. I don't want you having to pay $130 for a mini and 12 cards. Here, have it for free. So, um, we will discuss that in the future after Gen Con to see how well we did or how well we didn't do. We might lose out on even getting it ourselves. We don't know. So
Correct.
we don't offer any promises, but we will try. Yeah. So that's that. I think that should wrap it up for this buyer's guide. We've gone over, like Steve said, we went over a ton of content, so hopefully this is informative enough for you to make the for you to continue researching and you to make the decision for yourself on what is smart for you and wise for you for your money. I went all in because I know I would regret it if I didn't, but that's me. But that's me. That's not you. Get your, if you're just like, I just want the Arkham stuff and I'll be fine with that, that is perfectly fine. No judgment.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. So, Steve, what are your feelings, and just kind of we can start closing out.
Yeah, I think you echoed them. We covered a lot of ground here. It's very easy to get swept up in FOMO, for sure, and the CMON knows what they're doing when it comes to that type of stuff. But if you are back in this campaign and you at least get that stretch goal box, you will be happy.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I feel safe saying that because the other stretch goal boxes were fantastic. Got just that you're gonna have plenty of content. So don't worry about that. Focus on the priorities, what you really are interested in from a character perspective, and then take the content to talk about from a value perspective, and maybe the two of those will help lead you to what works for you.
yep. I agree. I agree. Be better than me. Don't go all in. Although I want you to go all in so it drives up the stretch goals so we get more stretch goals. But that's from the greedy side of myself. The caring side of myself says just get what works for you. If it doesn't work for you or then don't worry about it. You can catch it later somehow.
Yep.
Even today I see people selling all their Marvel United stuff, so you'll be able to find it at some point. No worries.
Right. Right.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Steve, I guess I know we're rolling in the Gen Con week, but what do you have coming, or what are your you got anything you want to talk about or anything?
Yeah, nothing because Gen Con's coming up, so
Eh,
all eyes are on Gen Con.
all eyes on Gen Con. I made my own informed choice to go all in. Yes. Uh,
But we
yes.
can plug this Saturday for people if they wanna meet up with
Oh,
us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
So
yep, go ahead, go ahead.
if you're going to Gen Con, um, Saturday tends to be the busiest day, and I like to avoid the busy crowds, and so I normally reserve Saturday to playing games, and so this has started to become a thing now, where at Gen Con there's a hotel, the JW Marriott. It is kind of kitty corner from the convention, and in there they have a grand ballroom, and it's open gaming. And so we did this last year. It was a blast. We're doing it again this year as well, where it's going to be Canje Studios. So Derek's going to be there. Co-op Guild, myself and maybe Kim will be there as well. And then meet me at the table. Both Colin and Barrett are going to be there.
And Jen.
And that group is going to be the basically the whole time, and we're just going to be playing games.
Yeah, and Jen from Gen Cam plays board games. She will be stopping in. I know she's got some stuff to do, but she'll be stopping in to say hi.
And Zach from The Quitter Games is going to be there as well.
Yeah.
We're going to have a designer from Earth Under Siege. He'll be demoing his game. He'll stop by as well. I think Alex from Board Game Co. is swinging by for a bit. So, like, there'll be a lot of people coming and going. And basically, just swing by. Just say hi if you want to meet up with us. If you want to play a game with us, that's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we're just there to hang out. So,
Yeah, don't be shy. I'm a huge extrovert. Do not be shy. I will vomit extrovert all over you.
I can confirm that.
I'm giving out free hugs to the inoculated populace. But no, just come and say hi, like Steve said. We are going to have some food there for however long it lasts. But don't feel like, oh, I didn't give any food, I didn't give any money, I feel awkward. Leave that crap at the door. Come in, grab a pizza, sit down, play some board games, have a good time, talk, meet with people, and let's just have a good time with it. So if you're going to Gen Con, we hope to see you there. If you're not, we will miss you terribly, and you will be there in spirit with us. We'll definitely be reporting out how our haul went, what we picked up, what we didn't pick up, the overall feel of the con, and I am super stoked because it's in 2 days. So
So close.
so close. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. Thank you for joining me on the channel for this. I really appreciate everybody joining in. I hope this was informative and helpful. Other than that, just know if you're going to Gen Con, we'll see you. If not, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Until then, we love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.